nation's home for sports. 98.5 Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station. This is Boston Bruins hockey, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V, available at your local New England Honda dealers. Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Peerless Boilers, Safety Insurance, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From TD Garden in Boston, it's Boston Bruins hockey as tonight the Bruins wrap up the pre-holiday break festivities, welcoming in the Washington Capitals to TD Garden for the first time this season. Alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Great to have you with us. And sometimes you have to find a way to win when you're not at your best. On Saturday night, the Bruins did exactly that. Tied 1-1 with Buffalo. Bruins get a late power play goal from Morgan Geekie. Brad Marchand added an empty netter. And Joe Sacco happy to see his team scratch out a 3-1 victory.
Yeah, I think in this league, anytime that you can come away with 2 points and get a win, it's a victory, obviously. We weren't at our best tonight, and Buffalo played very well. They deserve credit. They came out. They showed that they were a desperate team tonight looking for a win, and they outplayed us in the first period. They were half a step ahead of us, but we stuck with it. We got some timely saves from our goalie when we needed them. And then the third period, obviously, we turned it around. We flipped the switch a little bit.
Yeah, Korpisalo played well, and he needed to. You know, he had to make some big saves in that game, especially early on. The Sabres came hard, and, you know, it wasn't a thing of beauty by any means, and certainly from the Bruins standpoint, but that's okay. You know, you got to find a way to win, and that's what Joe Sacco's talking about there. You know, there was a lot of talk coming back after a 5-game road trip, a lot of travel. You know, we saw it firsthand, you know, the travel, and, you know, we don't have to play the games, though. They have to play the games, and you know, that's getting up for a game when coming home, and I think the fact that maybe that you're just 500 on the trip and maybe you weren't 5-0 on the trip, maybe you come home with a little different outcome or a little different outlook on things, plus you're fighting for a playoff spot. You know how much those points mean. The other part of that too, Ryan, is that look, we mentioned a couple times jokingly during the game, like the Sabres are going to beat somebody,
right,
to snap their losing streak. It's up to 13 games now, by the way. You don't want it to be you. And when it's 1-1 in the third period, you're like, we don't want to be the team that they snap their losing streak against, and especially on home ice and everything else. So they did what they needed to, and you know they got the W. It wasn't great, but now hopefully tonight with the team that's facing them across the ice today with the Capitals, the Washington Capitals are a good hockey team, and you got to be ready to play right from the drop of the puck.
Yeah, you go from playing the team at the bottom of the Eastern Conference standings in Buffalo on Saturday night to the team at the very top of the East in the Washington Capitals for Joe Sacco.
Well, they're one of the better teams right now playing hockey in the league, and they've been consistent since the start of the season. I think it's a good opportunity for our group to see. You know, we've had a couple of these lately here, and to see again where we stack up with some of the better teams right now that are playing good, consistent brand of hockey for the majority of the season. So, you know, whatever term you want to use, measuring stick or how we stack up, I just think it's an important game. Again, it's right before our 3-day break, and you want to go into that break feeling good about your game.
Yeah, that's something there. You know, I look at the first 2 games around the NHL here today, and specifically the first game that was played earlier today. Where are the Rangers' heads at? They lose 5-0 to the New Jersey Devils. They had 12 shots on goal. The Rangers did. Like, their head's in Christmas, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, or the 3-day break that comes up, the mandatory 3-day break. No practice, no games. 24, 25, and 26 of December, and that goes for the entire league. Looked like they had one foot out the door before that game even started. So for the Bruins, focus. You've got a good team across from you. Their record against good teams this year has not been where they want it to be. They've gotten blown out in a couple of them. This is a team that can definitely score. They haven't scored a lot lately, but they can score. And I know Ovechkin's out of the lineup, but they score by committee. You know, it's not just one guy. They've got a handful of guys that can put the puck in the net and create offense for them. And, you know, beating the LA Kings is no small feat. They beat them 3-1 last night. So this is, you know, a big game for the Bruins in terms of, I don't call it a measuring stick. It's just, I guess you could use that term, but just play the game the right way, and then you kind of you can kind of see where you are. If you don't play the game the right way, it's not a measuring stick, you know.
Right.
But if you play the game the right way and they do as well, then you kind of figure out exactly where you're at. But this is a team that plays as a team, and they've given other opponents fits all season long.
Heading into Saturday's game, we saw Charlie Coyle get bumped up to play with Elias Lindholm and Brad Marchand. That paid dividends. Coyle scoring a goal in that game, and he knows the Bruins have to be at their best tonight.
That'd be a big one and one to kind of give us a little boost heading into the holidays, because it doesn't matter if it's a break or not, whatever. Like we need as many points as we can. They come in handy come April and try to set us up in the best position to where we want to be in the playoffs. So yeah, it's definitely going to be huge. We're going to treat it like any other game, if not even more. Like we got to prepare and do the right things and be ready to go. And there's 2 points in line, and we want it.
Yeah, there's some good details to pay attention to here today. And I like that line. I mean, Coyle scored the goal, but it wasn't on that line.
Right.
It was when he came out of the penalty box. But that line created some good offensive scoring chances. They were pretty good all game long, most of the game anyhow. And, you know, Coyle is a big factor of that, playing the right wing for him. He can also slide in. If Lindholm gets kicked out of a face-off circle, you've got another reliable right-handed centerman in there. But even though he hasn't taken many draws here recently, you're obviously dealing with something. But Coyle's a guy that can definitely be an impact player no matter where he plays. He's up and down the lineup. You know, you pegged him as a third-line center for the longest time, but he can play wing, and he has played wing. And if he does that and is able to create like he did last game, that's a big plus for the Bruins.
With Coyle's elevation, Trent Frederick was playing in the middle alongside Oliver Wahlstrom and Justin Brazeau the other night. Sacco hoping to see a little bit more from that group.
I think the third line needs to find, I mean, that was their first time together too, right? So they need to find a little bit of footing for themselves. Find their identity with Braz, you know, obviously being a big body, getting to the net front. We got Wally who can shoot and Freddie in the middle. So it's going to be a little bit of a work in progress.
Yeah, it is. And Wahlstrom in his second game was not as effective as the first game. First game, he was very effective against Edmonton. Wasn't nearly as effective last game. It looked like he had trouble getting his feet going and making the decisions quickly. So, you know, those three guys as a group, as a line, you know, looking to build a little bit of something here. They're going to stick with them for the second game in a row, see if they can start to build something together as a unit.
Well, coming up here on our Bruins pregame show, we will go around the NHL, including afternoon hockey in New Jersey.
Another chance, they score. It's Jack Hughes. That's number 2 of the day. Does he like to play against this team or what?
We'll hear more from Joe Sacco on his team's focus tonight.
Stay focused, right? That's the key at this time of the year. With everything that's going on outside of the game, there's families and there's travel plans and all that stuff that comes along with it. We understand all that. We know that there's a 3-day break coming up.
And up next, we'll take a closer look at tonight's opponent, the Washington Capitals.
Now the puck for Vrana into the slot. He shoots. He scores! Jacob Vrana, a power play goal!
That's all on the way here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You're tuning in to Coca-Cola Holiday Radio. Gather around for some extra holiday cheer. Classic movies, festive tunes, and heartwarming moments to share with your family and friends, all in one place. And that's not all. Spread cheer with a $3 Amazon credit for you and yours. Now that's the spirit. Visit Amazon.com/Coca-Cola Holiday Magic to discover even more ways to share holiday magic with Coca-Cola. Terms apply. Copyright 2024, The Coca-Cola Company.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
You want to get the kids something different this year for the holidays, right? Well, no matter what you get them, you should power the toys with something that's definitely different. Duracell batteries with power boost ingredients. They're unlike any other battery. So to make sure Christmas morning goes great, get only Duracell batteries with Power Boost ingredients. Whoa. Does that happen every time I say Duracell with Power Boost ingredient? Nice. Try it with me. Duracell with Power Boost ingredients. Yes.
Welcome, I'm Phyllis. Whoa. You've been in your truck all day.
How'd you know?
Because it smells like you're wearing, what's that perfume? Diesel number 5? You need a truck that uses RNG. That's renewable natural gas. The cleanest fuel around. It reduces carbon emissions by up to 300%.
Nah, moving away from diesel's too expensive, and it's going to be hard to find fueling stations.
Swing and a miss. You see, this company called Clean Energy makes that switch surprisingly affordable. And they already have a whole network of RNG stations across North America.
Seriously?
Seriously. And there's a new 15-liter engine that drives like a diesel, runs on RNG.
Sounds like I need a new truck.
Is what I'm saying. And hey, can you move down? The guy eating the tuna surprise with extra onions is complaining about the smell.
Clean energy, shifting carbon into reverse.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
The puck cleared away, short of the LA zone, and that's going to do it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Los Angeles. The Capitals back in first place in the Metropolitan Division standings and all the Eastern Conference.
Washington Capitals in town to take on the Bruins tonight. And based on points percentage, the Capitals are the best team in the league right now. That despite missing Alex Ovechkin for roughly half the season so far. Spencer Carberry's team 10-2-1 in their last 13, 23-8-2 for the season. And they're coming off back-to-back wins over Carolina in LA, in which they allowed just one goal each.
It was sort of that lull that we hit where we were feeling really good about ourselves offensively. Pucks were going in. Everybody's sort of got that hot touch. And then as that dried up a touch is we had to dial back in our check-in without the puck and our details without the puck. And I think we've done a really nice job of getting back to that. It's a foundational thing that we've pride ourselves on and doing as good as anybody in this league. And so if you do that at a high level, you give yourself a chance to win no matter how many goals you're scoring.
Yeah, so the Capitals, I think, surprising a lot of people, right? They snuck into the playoffs last year. Snuck, it might be the wrong way to put it, but their goal differential was horrendous. So when they lost big. And it's kind of like the Bruins a little bit this year when they're losing games. Some of them are big losses, lopsided losses. But the Capitals got in. They ended up getting beat in 4 straight by the New York Rangers. It was kind of a Rangers were the much better team in that playoff series. So Washington, how do they approach this year? I don't think anybody really expected much out of them. Ovechkin a year older, he's out right now, but he was on a tear before he was out, right, with all the goals that he was scoring. There's a team that can score, but they score a little bit more by committee. They're getting some big performances out of certain guys. The Pierre-Luc Dubois trade is actually looking very good for them. He's had a tough time gaining traction in some of the teams he's been with. Looks like he's happy right now and getting that ice time that he's earning the ice time that he needs to be an effective player for the Washington Capitals. Had a couple of helpers there yesterday. So, and they're getting the goaltender. Both lefty goaltenders, right? Both goaltenders catch with their right hand. So a little odd. I don't think that's. I can't remember that ever happening. But they're getting the goaltending. They're getting the team defense. And when the scoring does drop, you've got to rely on some of that team defense, and they've done that.
And they've gotten already a career year out of Alexei Protas. He's got 29 points in 33 games, matching his career high.
Last year it was more like we're trying to get used to like Carp's system and stuff. Now we got more chemistry, I think, together as players. It's all about communication with our style of play, and I think we understand it more now. We help each other, and I think that's what's been the success for us right now so far.
He was impressive in the exhibition game that we watched him play. Him and his brother both, actually. His brother's not here right now, but another guy, another prospect for them. But Protas was really impressive. Big guy that can skate and make plays, and he's been really effective this year. He's not alone. There's some other guys that have really stepped up and had good seasons so far to this point anyhow, and they need to continue to have that. Chikrin's been a good addition for them, and we said Pierre-Luc Dubois up front as well has been a nice addition for them in the trade market.
Bruins and the Capitals coming up from TD Garden. Up next, we'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines with Brennan Glasheen here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You're tuning in to Coca-Cola Holiday Radio. Gather around for some extra holiday cheer. Classic movies, festive tunes, and heartwarming moments to share with your family and friends all in one place. And that's not all. Spread cheer with a $3 Amazon credit for you and yours. Now that's the spirit. Visit Amazon.com/Coca-Cola Holiday Magic to discover even more ways to share holiday magic with Coca-Cola. Terms apply. Copyright 2024, The Coca-Cola Company.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
The Sports Hub is home to your favorite teams, the New England Patriots, the Boston Bruins, and the Boston Celtics. Hear every game home and away right here, and get all the latest news from the front office, the locker room, and more. Tune in, on air, online, or on the Sports Hub app. Download it today. One of our Sports Hub hosts will be with you shortly. Thanks for listening.
Want to love your car buying experience? Then head to one of now 8 Albrecht locations, including the all-new Albrecht Subaru of Wakefield. Find the car, truck, or SUV that you want at a fair price at albrechtauto.com.
They say the gifts the wise men actually carried on their journey was pizza. So do something the wise men would do. Give the gift of pizza from Cape Cod Cafe, the original bar pizza. Shop online at CapeCodCafePizza.com or stop into one of their 4 Massachusetts locations. Cape Cod Cafe, bar pizza perfection, wise men approved.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app. Sports Hub headlines.
Patriots fell to the Bills yesterday, 24-21 in Buffalo. The loss puts New England at 3-12. They're at Gillette Stadium for the last 2 games of the regular season, including this Saturday against the LA Chargers at 1 p.m. Week 16 of the NFL wraps up tonight with Monday Night Football. Packers host the Saints at 8:15. The Celtics conclude their mini road trip tonight in Orlando at 7 p.m. Sam Hauser is available after being listed as questionable. You can hear Celtics Magic over on our sister station, 105.7 WROR. And the Red Sox continue to shore up their starting rotation. They signed right-handed pitcher Walker Buehler to a 1-year, $21 million contract. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, now open in Raynham, Reading, and Braintree. I'm Brendan Glasheen. Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers go around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
La luz iluminando la nieve ya llegó, el año está acabando, casi terminó. Solo puede ser que la gente está de fiesta, ugly sweaters por ahí, las botas colgadas en la chimney. Solo puede ser que
llegó la temporada del McRib. Solo McDonald's participantes por tiempo limitado.
Happy holidays. Welcome to the Nissan year-end sales event. Are you interested in a test drive? Absolutely. Great. Well, there's the new V6 powered Frontier. Oh, the Rogue with an available 12.3-inch touchscreen. All right. Oh, and the all-new Kicks, which has intelligent all-wheel drive. Nice. So what do you think? Finished with all your holiday shopping?
About to be. Toss me the keys. Let's go.
Hurry in for the best deals of the year, only at the Nissan year-end sales event. Now get a low $239 per month lease for 36 months on Rogue. Available feature, intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Well-qualified lessees, 2024 Rogue S all-wheel drive, $46.89 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 1/6/25.
If you need tires, think Town Fair Tire. Thinking name brands? We have them all. Thinking price? We beat the competitors. Free services? We have those too. For the guaranteed lowest price, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days. Whether it's a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, or powerful Ridgeline, Turn your dream Honda into reality during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 1.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Passport and a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Pilot or Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Capitals getting ready to go here at TD Garden as we go around the NHL. Couple of afternoon games, including the Devils cruising over the New York Rangers 5-0.
Now back across come the Devils. Here's Brett with it. Devils with the power play goal here in the second. Another chance, they score! It's Jack Hughes. That's number 2 of the day. Does he like to play against this team or what?
A lot of people like playing against the Rangers right now, unfortunately, for the New York Rangers. Jack Hughes, 2 goals in this game, 3 power play goals overall for the New Jersey Devils. Markstrom, a 12-save shutout. Yes, 12 saves on the shutout. The Rangers were outshot 29-12 here in this game today.
Rangers are 4-13 in their last 17 games. Meanwhile, up in Toronto, the Jets with a 5-2 win over the Leafs.
There's Shifley with a loose puck, barging toward the net, pulling his way toward the goal, shoots and scores! That should do it this afternoon. Mark Shifley with his second hat trick of the year.
Yeah, Jets over the Leafs 5-2 here this afternoon. Kyle Connor would add with Shifley's numbers with the hat trick for Shifley. Connor had 2 goals and 2 assists, and Velarde 3 helpers. The Bruins saw a lot of Connor and Shifley when we were up in Winnipeg. Tavares answered with 2 goals of his own for the Toronto Maple Leafs. No Austin Matthews for this game, dealing with an injury.
Among the games tonight, Blues visit the Red Wings at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, Red Wings 13-6-4 so far in the season.
Down in Florida, Panthers and Lightning get together. Florida, Sam Reinhart expecting a typically close game.
I mean, every time we play, it seems like it's a game like that. It's close, goes right down to the wire. You know, the more opportunities in those types of games you can have, the better off you're going to be down the road. So, you know, being able to come out on the right side of those games is big for the confidence.
Yeah, these 2 teams played yesterday, and the Florida Panthers won that one. They've now won 4 in a row. They stopped Tampa Bay's 4-game winning streak.
That's our look around the NHL. We'll hear from Bruins interim head coach Joe Sacco when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You're tuning in to Coca-Cola Holiday Radio. Gather around for some extra holiday cheer. Classic movies, festive tunes, and heartwarming moments to share with your family and friends, all in one place. And that's not all. Spread cheer with a $3 Amazon credit for you and yours. Now that's the spirit. Visit Amazon.com/Coca-Cola Holiday Magic to discover even more ways to share holiday magic with Coca-Cola. Terms apply. Copyright 2024, The Coca-Cola Company.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes 1 router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Por fin llegó la temporada del año más esperada. La temporada de salsa barbecue, pepinillos crujientes y cebolla. La que por más que quisieras que durara mucho tiempo, solo está por tiempo limitado. Así es, llegó la temporada del McRib. Solo McDonald's participantes por tiempo limitado.
Feel like having your favorite Sylvan Street Grill dinner in the comfort of your own home? Now you can. Sylvan Street Grill works with DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats so their customers can eat, drink, and chill wherever they want.
Eat, drink, and chill at the Sylvan Street Grill.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Joe Sacco is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Joe, as you get set for the Washington Capitals here today, taking a look back at the game against the Sabres, right? How important was it? I know you guys weren't at your best, and you kind of talked about that a little bit. Buffalo played well in that game, but how important was that for you guys to break through there in the third period, just mentally coming into today's game?
Well, I think it's important because, like you said, we weren't at our best that night. We had to come off the long road trip, right? There's all these different factors, but at the end of the day, you have to go out and you have to play a hockey game, and we knew that. What we were up against that night, we were playing against a desperate team, and they played well. You know, after watching the game back, we did a good job defensively for the most part. We didn't generate a lot. Our execution was off, and they did a good job defensively too. But what I liked about the game was that we stuck with it, And in this league, it's hard to win, and we found a way to win. So it does say something about, obviously, the way the guys responded, especially in the third period.
Yeah, key point, third period, right? You guys think you take the lead on Geeky's goal there. It's offsides. Pasta had gone offsides. Do you say anything to Pasta there? He ends up with 2 assists to finish the game. You know, do you say something, or you just kind of leave him alone?
Well, when I looked down at the bench, I saw his reaction. I didn't think I needed to say anything. He was obviously disappointed that he went offside. But having said that, this is what players do at his caliber, right? They respond. He ends up making a high-end play after that at the end of the power play. And so, you know, all is forgiven, right? So it's that time of year. No, again, we could have got sidetracked by that,
Yes.
but we didn't. We stayed with it. We end up drawing a penalty, and good for the guys at the end of that power play for sticking with it.
You know, Geeky scores not only 1 but 2 goals, one taken off the board. But more than the goals, like, what are you seeing in his game? It seems like there's a lot more physicality and engagement to his game right now.
Yeah, no question. He's more involved in the game, both with the puck and without the puck, and that's a good sign. He's strong. He's strong on the puck right now along the walls. I watch him. You know, when we watch him, he's winning his wall battles. He's been good down low. When he gets caught down low as the low forward, he's been very responsible down there. So his play away from the puck has improved a lot. I think he's just playing with more confidence, more jam right now. And I think when he has that in his game, his offensive side kind of takes care of itself for the most part. And he's playing with 2 good players too. And I've said this before, I think to you too as well, like he's got to get to the net front. That's part of his responsibility on that line, and he's been doing that pretty consistently too.
You referenced the third line this morning as being kind of a work in progress, right? You got Braz playing the offside. And with Wahlstrom only 2 games in, had a good, strong first game, maybe a little step back in the second game, if that's fair to say. What's your message to kind of that line as you go into tonight?
They need to be more effective tonight, I think, as a group, and give them the benefit of the doubt like almost everybody else last game. We weren't at our best, so it wasn't just them. But I think for them, it's about finding their identity as a line. It's new. There's not a lot of chemistry involved there, but we feel like there could be the right pieces to have the making of a good line. It's yet to be determined, we'll talk to those guys to make sure they understand what their roles are on that line.
Last game before the break against a good team here, just the message from you or the leaders, whether it was yesterday or today coming into this one?
Just stay focused, right? That's the key at this time of the year. With everything that's going on outside of the game, there's families and there's, you know, travel plans and all that stuff that comes along with it. We understand all that. We know that there's a 3-day break coming up, but, you know, we can use this game kind of as a stepping stone, or if you want to use it as a measuring stick, however you want to call it, right? It's a big game because they're playing very well, Washington. They've been a good team all year, so we find out a little bit more about ourselves again. And but the message really is for our guys just to stay focused, stay dialed in here, play well tonight. Usually, like I always say, the process, you know, stick with it. The end result will take care of itself, and then enjoy your 3-day break. That's been well earned. We've played a lot of hockey up to this point, like right up there with the most games in the league so far.
Capitals, as you referenced, playing really well. Just take Ovi out of the equation, right? Why are they so good at maybe 5-on-5 offense right now?
They just look connected on the ice right now as a group of 5, whether it's their breakouts, entries, offensive zone play. Offensively, they seem connected all over the ice. They're executing, too, at a high level. When you watch them, they're playing with a lot of confidence. They've won a lot of games. They're feeling good about themselves. So they have good structure. I do think, you know, defensively, it's an area that we hope tonight to take advantage of. They seem to play a little bit more of that man-on-man collapse, D-zone coverage. So that could be an opportunity for us to try to test out their coverage down low and make them defend. And we don't want to get into that game where they're, you know, spending more time in our end zone than we are in theirs.
So last question for you. If they play more of that man-on-man defensively, how do you try to attack that? Do you alter your attack any?
Yeah, we have to make some adjustments as far as how we play against man-on-man, as you would as opposed to seeing a zone coverage. And I think the biggest thing is moving your feet. You know, if you do get ahead of your guy and you're able to beat him one-on-one down low, there's going to be a lane probably towards the net because there's not that layers that a lot of teams will have. So it's important that when we get a step on someone, we got to make sure that we're attacking the net. You can set some subtle little picks as well when guys are playing man on man, and that gives you an opportunity to get to the net as well. And really, the big thing is not getting pushed outside. We have to find our way inside tonight.
Appreciate it, Joe. Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
That's Joe Sacco, Bruins Capitals, next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network.
The home of the Bruins, Patriots, Rams, and Celtics. Boston's home for sports is 95 The Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station.
The Bruins returned home from their long road trip Saturday night to face the struggling Buffalo Sabres. And while it wasn't their sharpest game, Morgan Geekie made sure Boston got the 2 points. Backhanded out of the zone by Byram. 5 to go in the power play. Pasternak gets a quick up from Lohrei. Sends it in the middle. Geekie scores! With 1 second left on the power play, Geekie gives the Bruins the lead 2-1. Now, 'twas the night before Christmas break, and Boston gets a holiday visit from the team with the league's best record. The Bruins and the Washington Capitals are coming up next.
Boston Bruins hockey is driven by the stylish Honda Accord, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. David Pasternak wins the series for the Bruins. The rebound to Trent Frederick, and the Bruins are back in front by 2.
The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Night Train, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Safety Insurance, Peerless Boilers, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
Backhand and a save, Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Bourque. David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
And we are at TD Garden tonight for the Bruins and the Washington Capitals. Capitals coming in here red hot, 10-2-1 over their last 13 games. Best record by points percentage in the league. How did the Bruins slow them down tonight?
I think they got to be a lot better than they were the other day, that's for sure. I mean, you got away with one where you weren't at your best, and that's okay. You're going to have games like that during the season, and they ended up coming out on top in the third period with a good third period. Against Washington, I don't think you can afford to take many periods off. You've got to be ready to go right from the drop of the puck. They come at you in waves. They will rely on the top 3 lines a little bit more than the fourth line, but they still get production from some of those fourth liners as well. They score by committee. They score a lot of 5-on-5 goals, or at least they have most of the season. They've dried up a little bit here recently, but they've also played good defense. So they're going to come at you hard. They're going to be man-on-man defense. It's up to the Bruins to make them work in that D zone. Maybe bring a third guy high, bring a few more guys away from the front of the net where you can attack the front of the net in those areas. But that's I think where the Bruins have to be good and have to be strong here today. If you're playing in your own zone, you're not going to have success against Washington.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. We'll have the opening face-off coming up next from TD Garden on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You're tuning in to Coca-Cola Holiday Radio. Gather around for some extra holiday cheer. Classic movies, festive tunes, and heartwarming moments to share with your family and friends, all in one place. And that's not all. Spread cheer with a $3 Amazon credit for you and yours. Now that's the spirit. Visit Amazon.com/Coca-Cola Holiday Magic to discover even more ways to share holiday magic with Coca-Cola. Terms apply. Copyright 2024, The Coca-Cola Company.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Tip off every Celtics game all season long with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite, the original light beer. Miller Lite, official partner of the 2024 World Champion Boston Celtics. When it's game time, it's Miller time, Celtics fans.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Jew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol, William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York.
Hey, it's Matt. Are you tired of spending money repairing your heating or AC system year over year? Well, stop the cycle of costly repairs with Rodenhiser Home Services Fix It Forward program. Just show Rodenhiser any past repair bill, and they'll apply up to $550 as a down payment toward a brand new energy-efficient heating or AC system. And the repair bill can be from any HVAC company. Fix It Forward ends December 31st, so visit Rodenhiser.com/fixitforward to schedule a free consultation today. Nice people, great service since 1928.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
The dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming. O'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
Todd Angeli with the national anthem. We get set for the Bruins and the Capitals here tonight. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. For Washington, in goals, Charlie Lindgren. On defense, the pairing of Martin Farivari and Matt Roy. And up front, Connor McMichael, Pierre-Luc Dubois, and Alexei Protas. For the Bruins, it's Jeremy Swayman starting in goal. Mason Lohrei and Andrew Peeke, your defensemen. And up front, Morgan Geekie, David Pastrnak, and they're centered by Pavel Zacha. Starting lineups are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Now through the end of the year, all DraftKings customers will get a special daily promo every single day. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code SportsHub to take advantage. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
And the first 5 minutes of tonight's game are brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Mark Keeler of Attleboro, Mass. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Mark will pick up a pair of tickets for a future Bruins game, courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins will go from left to right here in the first period, wearing the home black and gold, and we are underway with the puck controlled first by Peeke. He played it ahead through Zacha and deep into Washington territory. In the far corner of that zone, it'll come behind the net for Pastrnak. He is locked up along the end wall, and the puck is cleared around toward the far corner by Roy, but tapped to free back toward Lohrei, and a one-time shot that finds its way off the back glass. Off the near circle, it's played out to the blue line and out across the line. Geekie will bring it back toward the Boston zone. Geekie going to circle back behind his net, chased back there by Connor McMichael. Now Peeke will pick it up and bring behind the net as well. Starts it out between the circles. Pass ahead to Charlie Coyle. Off to the left side. Marchand chopped it into the attack zone, but turned over to Sandin. Capitals get it back through neutral ice and just inside the Boston line. Nick Dowd couldn't find the handle. Marchand's got it. He'll play it off the far wall for Elias Lindholm. Deep into Washington territory it goes. Sandin going to wrap it back around the near side and taken off the wall by Radish. Works his way into the neutral ice and banks one ahead. Osterley will circle back behind the Boston net and deals it back toward the near side. And Carlo's clearing effort was picked off by Dowd, but able to get back into the play and get it out of the zone. Right back in come the Capitals. Chasing down into the left wing corner goes Chychrun. Around the far side boards, and Trevor Van Riemsdyk spun away from the puck. Yanked off the boards and out here by Elias Lindholm. Marchand up the far left wing side.
Yeah, he's at the end of his shift. He's at the end of his shift.
Caps come right back. Dylan Strome knocked down.
Good hit
by Zadorov.
Stepped up, separated him from the puck, knocked him down.
Roy chased behind his net.
Strome's an important player for them, a good player for them.
Puck will be dumped in from center ice here by Tom Wilson around the near side boards. It came back in behind the Bruins net. And Japani along the near boards. They work it back toward the point. Ferravari got it into the center of the zone. Strome gives back to him. He fires one toward the slot, and that one hit a couple of bodies on the way through. Now Koepke grabs it, and he's headed up ice. Pass into the skates of Beecher. He stops and deals it around behind the Caps net as both teams get some changes on. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the first period. Ferravari played it through neutral ice, and that's going to be an icing against the Caps as it goes all the way around behind Swayman.
Yeah, Zadorov, there's a time and place to step up and play the man, and he's got plenty of bodies back in support in the middle of the ice, so he can step up right at the blue line there on Strome. And Strome tries to cut back to the middle on him from that right wing side, and Zadorov's a big man, we know that, and he just dropped the shoulder into him and ended up picking up the puck.
Offensive zone face-off here for Frederick Brazeau and Wahlstrom. Talked a little bit about them. Heard Joe Sacco's thoughts on them during that pregame interview. As Brazeau tracks a puck into the neutral ice, played it off the near boards, but no one can catch up to it. Sandin got it across to the far side. It'll come back toward the near side. Carried into the by Miroshnichenko. Around the far boards. Couldn't get it past Carlson coming in from the blue line. Capsule goal here. Swayman made the save and then gets pushed back into the net after the whistle as Miroshnichenko was crashing the goal crease.
Yeah, Carlson's a good player, right? Good right defenseman for the Washington Capitals. That puck's got to be out by the Bruins. And Brazeau gets it. I know he's playing as off wing. He's playing the left side, which he normally plays the right side. So the puck comes up the wall on him there. He's got a second to try to get this puck out of the zone. Got a penalty coming up. But he's got to make sure that puck gets out. So they keep it in, and the shot comes back in on Jeremy Swayman. Oh, no, we don't have a penalty.
I'm not sure what that announcement was. Perhaps
no goal, the whistle gun. I mean, he got pushed into the net.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty clear that it wasn't a goal, but just making sure that everyone in attendance here was aware.
Sometimes when a guy pinches down the wall there to keep it in, he's going to be able to keep it in, but you don't want to give it up there. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have a turnover there. You just protect the puck and then kind of fight another fight there to make sure it gets out. But when you have possession of it and Carlson's pinching and then you try to chip it and he keeps it in, that's when you can't have it.
And Dean played it to Mangiapane, and deep it comes in behind Swayman. Hands it off for McAvoy.
McAvoy wanted to go up the boards with it, but there was nobody there.
Boyle will bring it through neutral ice. Gives off to Lindholm. Fires across off the skate of Marchand.
It's the right play. It just wasn't executed properly. If that puck's on his tape, then Marchand's got a great scoring chance.
Strom brings the Capitals back. Gave to Wilson, and he wired a shot high and wide of Swayman. It'll wrap back around toward Wilson near side. He played it back toward the point, but missed Sandin, and all the way back down into the Cap zone it goes. 4 minutes gone here in the first period.
Wilson playing with a full face mask. We're taking a puck off the face a couple of weeks ago. Still scored 2 goals in that game.
He's got 3 2-goal games in his last 11 outings for Tom Wilson. 13 goals on the season. Centering pass, McMichael had it slip off the end of his stick. Went wide of Swayman, near side boards. Geekie trying to pop it free. Carlo lobs it out into the neutral zone. Grabbed there by Pasternak. He'll carry just across the line before it's knocked away from him. Caps trying to come back the other way with Protas chasing one on the right wing side, far boards against Osterley. And then Zaka comes in to make the defensive play. Geekie will carry it to the blue line, and then he's harassed from behind by Dubois. Forced a turnover. Capitals have it, but back in their own zone. Chikrin coming toward the near circle. He'll send it back toward the other side of the ice. And Riemsdyk played it up the far wall. And Duhaime got it deep into Boston territory. In the far corner, Lohrei reversed it up the wall. But they can't get it out. Now in the far corner. It'll come in behind the net toward the near circle and back to the point. Ferravari with a shot kicked away in front. It'll come to Frederick along the near boards, and he backhands one ahead, trying to spring Brazo. Picked off and brought back the other way. Peak stands his ground against Duhaime at the Boston Blue Line.
Duhaime knocks him down, but he separated him from the puck.
Peak now chasing one toward the near boards. First man to it was Radish, and backhands it deep. Lorai goes behind the Bruins net, and he'll bring it out up the middle. Fires a pass to the left side. Overshot Koepke, who chases it into the near corner now, with the puck wrapping up the wall. Koepke brings it out of the pile up and fires a shot that's kicked aside by Lindgren. Koepke now in the far corner to the hash marks, and up top here for Zadorov, a redirected shot, and Lindgren had to make a good save. McAvoy with a hit on Wilson, near side boards, helps keep that puck.
Wilson threw the hit. McAvoy stood his ground.
Zadorov in the far corner with the puck on his stick, goes behind the Caps net, got it to Koepke in front, couldn't get off a shot, and the Caps will get control of it and will get it cleared as McAvoy and Wilson collide again.
He went for the hit on Wilson that time.
Puck taken along the far boards in front of the Bruins bench by Zadorov. Lobs one down into the right wing corner. Coyle trying to get around Sandin. They continue to battle as the puck comes behind the net. Played up the middle, picked off by Carlo. Fired it back into the left wing corner. Elias Lindholm, wide angle shot, save made. But the rebound came out in front. Caps, though, will skate away with it. Rana bringing through neutral ice, and deep it comes courtesy of Dowd. Osterley around the far wall finds Marchand, breaking it out for Lindholm, but then he got turned around near the blue line, and Osterley having to come back to play it. Miroshnichenko able to win it back from him. Sandin at the left point here for the Caps. Sent over to Van Riemsdyk into the middle now, and a shot coming through the slot. Another one right to the top of the crease, and the Bruins able to clear that one as well as 12:40 left here in the first period, no score. There, Luc Dubois going to carry it into the neutral zone from the Caps end. Pass redirected deep. Sends it into the far corner for Lorai. Geekie overskated. Lorai helps it out of the zone, and Caps will have it back here. Drop back from Protas to Chychrun. Chychrun skating in front of his own net. Now a long pass through neutral ice. Finds McMichael. Down into the near corner. Lorai with a body on him. Reversed it back toward the near side. Protas goes down, and first penalty of the game is coming up. The Bruins are going to get whistled for a trip. Lorai's headed off. So we've got 12:02 to go here in the first period. Washington will get the first power play when we come back on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You're tuning in to Coca-Cola Holiday Radio. Gather around for some extra holiday cheer. Classic movies, festive tunes, and heartwarming moments to share with your family and friends, all in one place. And that's not all. Spread cheer with a $3 Amazon credit for you and yours. Now that's the spirit. Visit Amazon.com/Coca-Cola Holiday Magic to discover even more ways to share holiday magic with Coca-Cola. Terms apply. Copyright 2024, The Coca-Cola Company.
Hey, it's O. And just like the quarterback is the heartbeat of a team, your kitchen is the heartbeat of your home. Want to give your kitchen a fresh new look without breaking that bank? Then go to my guys at Luxury Makeover. They'll reface your kitchen cabinets instead of replacing them, saving you time and money. And for a limited time, they're offering 20...
All in one place. And that's not all. Spread cheer with a $3 Amazon credit for you and yours. Now that's the spirit. Visit Amazon.com/Coca-Cola Holiday Magic to discover even more ways to share holiday magic with Coca-Cola. Terms apply. Copyright 2024, The Coca-Cola Company.
Hey, it's O. And just like the quarterback is the heartbeat of a team, your kitchen is the heartbeat of your home. Want to give your kitchen a fresh new look without breaking that bank? Then go to my guys at Luxury Makeover. They'll reface your kitchen cabinets instead of replacing them, saving you time and money. And for a limited time, they're offering 24 months with no interest, no payments. Reach them today at LuxuryMakeover.com. Tell them Zoe sent you. You're going to save an additional 15% off the project. Luxury Makeover. They spread smiles, one home at a time.
Not sure how much you know about Progressive Insurance. You may know us for insuring your home and auto. You may know a couple of our commercials. But what you may not know is that since 2013, Progressive has been honoring veterans with vehicle donations through the annual Keys to Progress Veteran Vehicle Giveaway Program, giving back to those who gave so much. Now, you probably didn't wake up today saying, I really wish I knew more about Progressive Insurance, but this seemed like the type of thing people wouldn't mind hearing about. Find out more about how we're dedicated to our customers and communities at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
4:52 to go here in the first period. No score between the Bruins and the Capitals. Washington comes here tonight fresh off a 3-1 win over L.A. at home yesterday. This is their 8th back-to-back in this season so far already. They are 5-2 in the second half of back-to-backs. Bruins, in comparison, have had only 3 back-to-backs in their first 36 games this season.
Yeah, and I don't read a ton into the back-to-back necessarily, but 4 and 6, 6 and 9, like that's when it really starts to grind on you.
Face-off win in the attack zone. Zadorov goes down into the left wing corner, taken to the wall by Ferravari. It's on the far boards for Nick Dowd. Works his way through the neutral ice and chips it down the right wing wall. McAvoy sends it around the far boards, but thrown back toward the net by Roy. Kicked back toward the blue line. Ferravari will send it into the middle of the ice. Dowd, Ferravari, and over to Roy. Long shot, deflected in front of the net and up and out of play.
Some of the other areas you look at, the team that you're playing, how well are they playing at the time? How's your health? There's a lot of factors that kind of read into it. So back-to-back isn't necessarily overly taxing. I mean, when the Bruins had to play here and then go to Chicago and play the next day, that was a little strange. But I look more of like a little bit of a bigger sample size picture-wise when
here's Zacha firing up over the net. Pasternak along the near side circle. He carries it back toward the blue line with the puck on his backhand, knocked away by Sandin, collected in the neutral ice by Osterley, sent it back in, delayed offside. The Capitals will get a free clear. Michael along the far boards, lost it coming into the Bruins zone. Geekie fires one up the left side. Here's Pasternak trying to find the handle. He does.
He's by himself.
Yeah,
Geekie was joining the rush, but the Capitals had 4 guys back.
Wilson lifting one over Geekie and back through the neutral zone.
Now, certainly you want to be sleeping in your own bed while the other team's playing in a different city the night before. That, I mean, you think they have a little bit of an advantage. It just doesn't always work that way.
Lindgren shot it around the far boards, bounced off of Coyle. Wilson played back through neutral ice. Lorai under pressure in his own zone from Mangiapane, who centers one for Wilson, broken up, and Coyle and Lindholm go the other way along with Marchand. Now dropped off for Lorai, and his shot goes up off the back glass.
Good defensive play by Coyle. That starts the rush the other way, and Lorai jumping in as the 4th guy.
Elias Lindholm goes behind the net. Centering pass for Marchand, knocked away by Strome.
Good defensive play by Strome. They're getting a stick in that passing lane.
2:43 to go here in the first period. No score. 7 total shots on goal so far. 4 for the Bruins. Directed in deep. Lindgren will play it around behind the net toward the far side. Miroshnichenko at his own blue line and all kinds of traffic. Still able to get it ahead. And now the Caps will control back in their own zone. Vrana redirects one around behind Swayman. He shoots it around the far glass. Takes a funny hop. Comes to Kastelik. Up through the neutral ice. McAvoy got it to Beecher, and Beecher down into the right wing corner. Gets finished hard by Ferravari. He's going to take a penalty. Kastelik grabs Ferravari in a reverse chin lock. And the officials try to calm everyone down, but the Bruins are going to get a power play out of this. Beecher thankfully all right.
Yeah, at first blush, I didn't think it was a bad hit. He's going in for the puck. Is Beecher? I know he doesn't turn at the last second, but I didn't see it really as a hit from behind. I thought it was just a good hard hit.
Washington penalty number 42, 2 minutes for boarding.
It is boarding, though. The way the referee saw it, he's going in. He takes a peek over his shoulder. He knows that Ferravari's coming.
And he gets him in the numbers, but it could have been worse.
Yeah. I mean, I see why it's called.
Wasn't one of those plays where you see the guy get launched into the, head first into the boards or anything like that.
Yeah.
But So the Bruins will get their
take
first
advantage.
power play.
Yeah.
13.2% for the year, 31st in the league. Capitals penalty killers have been superb. 6th best in the NHL at 83.3%.
I guess, Fairburn could probably not bear hug him, but kind of ride him into the glass as opposed to hammer him in there.
Right.
So maybe I think that's probably what they look at there. He could have played it a little differently.
Absolutely get a quick clear here.
It wasn't the worst thing we've ever seen.
Yeah, he really could have buried him if, Pasternak will come out of the Bruins zone. Fires it over to the left side for Zacha. Gets it in and across the line. Marchand able to tap it back to McAvoy. Just along the blue line over to Lindholm, and he sends one across ice. Pasternak out of the far corner, sending it back to the point. McAvoy, nice play to keep in. Over to Lindholm, stepping toward the right circle, a shot, and Lindgren makes the glove save.
Now, I'm not sure if by design or not, but Lindholm ends up on this right wing elbow, which they've tried him at before. Try to get him more involved in the power play. Nice keeping by McAvoy at the point. Outstretched on the backhand with one hand on his stick. Keeps that puck in. And then Lindholm's got some
footing in front of Swayman. Bruins skate away with it here. Pasternak bringing back into the Washington zone down the right wing circle. Tried to center at both Marchand and Zacha toward the front of the net.
Looking for Marchand.
Capitals get the clear. So we hit a minute to go in the first period. 53 seconds remains on the power play. Laura floats it off to the left side for Pasternak. Pulls up in the corner. Deals back to Laura at the blue line. Over to Geeky near side. Circle shot. Save made. Rebound. Score! Justin Brazeau backhands the rebound home. And a power play goal gives the Bruins the lead.
Yeah, pretty simple there, right? Get it in deep. You get the entry into the zone. Pasternak pulls up over on the left wing side. Back to the point to Lori. Over to the right side to Geeky. Geeky's not going to fool around with it. He's going to step into this shot from the right wing, top of the right wing circle. He's going to get it through, and Brazeau in front.
The puck deep into Capitals territory right off the bat here. McMichael going to bring it right back. And from neutral ice, plays it deep in behind Swayman. Osterley reversed it back toward the near side. Coyle got it. Sent out to center ice. Picked off there by Dubois, but then he gives it back over. Bruins can't take advantage as Chychrun wins it back. Angled off the far boards, and Osterley will come back after it here for Boston with 15 to go in the period. Osterley sending up the right side, tipped in deep by Lindholm. Lindgren comes out to play it, shoots it around the far boards. Picked up by Strome coming out of the zone. Finals 2 seconds as he gains the Boston zone. Centering pass is taken away by Marchand, and the siren sounds to end the first period as the Bruins get a late one and have a 1-0 lead at the end of 20 minutes here at TD Garden. We'll be back with our first intermission coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Terms apply. Copyright 2024, The Coca-Cola Company.
Hey, it's O. And just like the quarterback is the heartbeat of a team, your kitchen is the heartbeat of your home. Want to give your kitchen a fresh new look without breaking that bank? Then go to my guys at Luxury Makeover. They'll reface your kitchen cabinets instead of replacing them, saving you time and money. And for a limited time, they're offering 24 months with no interest, no payments. Reach them today at LuxuryMakeover.com. Tell them Zoe sent you, you're going to save an additional 15% off the project. Luxury Makeover. They spread smiles, one home at a time.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
To the teachers, assistants, and support staff who see potential in every child, Grand Canyon University recognizes you. We created the National Center for Teacher Preparation at GCU, along with a generous scholarship, so you can become a licensed teacher with paid benefits. Over 100 GCU alumni have been recognized award recipients, including Superintendent, Administrator, and Teacher of the Year. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/parapro.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days with a sporty new Civic, Accord, HR-V, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Accord or CR-V, a 4.9% APR on a 2025 Civic, and a 3.9% APR on a 2025 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Back here at TD Garden, one period in the books. Bruins have a 1-0 lead. Justin Brazeau, a power play goal from Morgan Geekie and Mason Lohrei at the 19:12 mark of that first period. This is the final game before the NHL-mandated 3-day holiday break. And so, as part of that, a lot of people around here talking about the Christmas holiday and thinking back at some of the best gifts that they received growing up. And so we thought we'd have a little fun with that. A holiday-themed feature here for you in our first intermission.
You know, heading into the holiday 3-day break here, certainly want to be on a higher note.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday a little bit as far as just the feeling, trying to get on the right side of it, feeling good about your game individually and more importantly our team game going into the break when you get these 3 days off. So the importance doesn't change as far as the win, but it's a different feeling, right?
Do a little bit more of a fun question here. Holiday question. Do you remember your favorite Christmas gift as a kid? What was it?
Yeah, I do actually. It was, and this is kind of silly, I guess, but back in the days we used to get hockey sticks, and I got a Christian 1000 stick. It's going way back. I mean, it was an old wooden stick back in the day, and you know, we were pretty excited when we got the hockey sticks. And I remember getting a left-handed Christian 1000, and probably one of the better ones that I've got.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's Kastelik dropping one off to Coyle. Coyle moving to the right circle, sends one in front. Frederick score! Trent Frederick with his second of the game, and the Bruins are back within one.
I got a bicycle that was like dressed as a like a motorcycle, so that was pretty cool. Put the card in the back to make it sound like it. My parents wouldn't buy me a motorcycle, obviously, so they got me a bike that looked like one.
How old were you when you got that?
Oof, I don't know. 7 to 10 range, probably, if I had to guess.
Do you think 7 to 10-year-olds are getting that gift nowadays?
They're probably getting something that has got a motor on it now. Maybe something electric that does it itself. I feel like everything's kind of like that now.
Picked up there by Kulik and worked on into the Bruins zone. Penalty expires. Coyle coming out of the box. Puck comes right to him. He's got a breakaway. Moving into its forehand and score! Charlie Coyle, perfect timing coming out of the penalty box. And a second effort, able to get that one under Reimer. It's 1-0 Bruins.
You got to the point where you can ask for Christmas gifts yet?
No, not quite yet. She's 16 months, so you know, she's looking at the tree and pulling on the tree and trying to pull everything off of it. And the presents already wrapped. She's just taking them and chucking them on the floor. And hopefully there's not too many fragile gifts in there. But it's cool to see it. You know, kind of grow and start to kind of sense what's going on, I guess. But maybe another year will be the good one. But we'll enjoy this one for sure.
Any big plans for the morning?
No, nothing like that. But we'll just go. It's just the luxury of playing at home. So I like to go to my parents' house, or whoever family. I don't know if it's my uncle's house this year, or whatever. But go for some brunch on Christmas Day. We're gonna host for Christmas Eve. Have my family, and it's just nice not having to travel anywhere and just be right here and enjoy time.
Going back to the Christmas thing, do you remember a favorite gift of yours as a kid?
Yeah, I was asked one the other day too, and it's a hockey answer, so I wish I gave you something else, but I don't know, probably like 12 years old or something, and I wanted that specific stick with that specific curve, but and it was like the new one, right? And I always used a wooden stick kind of growing up, and put it on the Christmas list. Didn't think it was going to happen at all, but you never know, right? Santa can work his magic, and it was one of those where you open all the gifts and you think that's it, and hey, what's that under the couch, and stick the hand under there and pull it right out. I was so pumped, and so that's one you don't. I didn't think I was going to get, so it always sticks in my mind. That I felt very lucky, and hopefully I didn't break it right away. I think I made it last a little bit, but that's one I always remember.
Some of the Bruins talking about some of their fond memories from growing up and some of the best gifts that they've received growing up around this time of year. I know for me, time my parents and Santa Claus hooked me up with a full set of goalie gear for my straight hockey games when we were growing up in South Jersey. That is one that certainly comes to mind when I think of some of my favorite Christmas memories growing up. Bruins have a 1-0 lead over the Capitals, trying to create a little Christmas memory for themselves here tonight. We'll be back to get a check of the Sports Hub headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You're tuning in to Coca-Cola Holiday Radio. Gather around for some extra holiday cheer. Classic movies, festive tunes, and heartwarming moments to share with your family and friends, all in one place. And that's not all. Spread cheer with a $3 Amazon credit for you and yours. Now that's the spirit. Visit Amazon.com/Coca-Cola Holiday Magic to discover even more ways to share holiday magic with Coca-Cola. Terms apply. Copyright 2024, The Coca-Cola Company.
Hey, it's O. And just like the quarterback is the heartbeat of a team, your kitchen is the heartbeat of your home. Want to give your kitchen a fresh new look without breaking that bank? Then go to my guys at Luxury Makeover. They'll reface your kitchen cabinets instead of replacing them, saving you time and money. And for a limited time, they're offering 24 months with no interest, no payments. Reach them today at LuxuryMakeover.com. Tell them Zoe sent you, you're going to save an additional 15% off the project. Luxury Makeover. They spread smiles, one home at a time.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town, with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now, when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
Relive the first 100 years of the Boston Bruins by visiting Heritage Hall, located on level 2 of TD Garden. Immerse yourself in the franchise's most remarkable moments through interactive exhibits, exclusive artifacts, and the latest technologies. Head to bostonbruins.com/Heritage Hall to learn more. Brendan Glasheen joining you for headlines, taking a look around the National Hockey League. 2 games have already gone final tonight. The Devils blanked the Rangers 5-0, and the Jets defeated the Maple Leafs in Toronto 5-2. Games in action. 1-0 Blues at the end of one over the Red Wings. Lightning lead the Panthers in a Florida showdown, 3-0 at the end of one. Penguins 4, Flyers 1 at the end of one. 2-0 Blue Jackets leading the Canadiens at the end of the first period. First period halfway gone. Sabres visiting the Islanders, 1-0 Buffalo. And a few more games later tonight. Hurricanes Predators, Blackhawks Wild, Sharks Canucks. At 9 o'clock, Stars in Utah. And then in the 10 o'clock window, Ducks and Golden Knights. Elsewhere, we have the Celtics taking on the Orlando Magic over on our sister station, 105.7 WROR. Celtics leading 44-33 over Orlando. A late scratch to Boston's lineup. Jason Tatum with a non-COVID illness. He did not start and is not active tonight for Boston. Sam Hauser is in the ball game. The Patriots fell to the Bills yesterday, 24-21 in Buffalo. New England now 3-12. They're at Gillette Stadium for their last 2 home games of the season, including Saturday against the LA Chargers at 1 p.m. Week 16 in the NFL wraps up tonight with Monday Night Football. Green Bay Packers host the New Orleans Saints at 8:15. I'm Brendan Glass-Sheen. Brian Johnston and Bob Beers have the second period call at TD Garden for Bruins Capitals on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You're tuning in to Coca-Cola Holiday Radio. Gather around for some extra holiday cheer. Classic movies, festive tunes, and heartwarming moments to share with your family and friends, all in one place. And that's not all. Spread cheer with a $3 Amazon credit for you and yours. Ah, now that's the spirit. Visit Amazon.com/Coca-Cola Holiday Magic to discover even more ways to share holiday magic with Coca-Cola. Terms apply. Copyright 2024, The Coca-Cola Company.
Hey, it's O. And just like the quarterback is the heartbeat of a team, your kitchen is the heartbeat of your home. Want to give your kitchen a fresh new look without breaking that bank? Then go to my guys at Luxury Makeover. They'll reface your kitchen cabinets instead of replacing them, saving you time and money. And for a limited time, they're offering 24 months with no interest, no payments. Reach them today at luxurymakeover.com. Tell them Zoe sent you, you're going to save an additional 15% off the project. Luxury Makeover. They spread smiles one home at a time.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town, with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now, when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
A 6-letter word for an app where you can easily find and book an in-person or virtual appointment with the perfect doctor by searching specialty and insurance and reading real reviews from real patients.
It's ZocDoc, obviously.
Genius! How'd you know that?
How do you think I found an amazing therapist, dentist, and primary care doc?
Can't believe I didn't know this was an option sooner.
You've got more options than you know. Download the free ZocDoc app to book today.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Deck your home with Blinds.com. DIY or let us install. Free design consultation. Plus free samples and free shipping.
Ho, ho, ho! Blinds.com invented a better way to buy custom high-quality window treatments with no showroom mock-ups or waiting around for quotes from pushy salespeople, saving you time and money for the holidays with upfront pricing right on our website.
Go right now to Blinds.com. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Satisfaction guaranteed. Deck your home this holiday season with Blinds.com. Save up to 40% on select styles, plus a free professional measure. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Boston. This is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 95 Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station.
Over to Geeky near side. Circle shot. Save made. Rebound. Score! Justin Brazo backhands the rebound home. And a power play goal gives the Bruins the lead. Bruins leading 1-0 over the Capitals after one period. We're joined downstairs by the Bruins goal scorer, Justin Brazo. First off, tell me about the goal from your perspective.
Yeah, I thought we did a good job on the entry there, pass to getting it up top to Mace, and then, Geeks did a good job getting one through and was able to find a rebound.
So one of the things that Joe Sacco talks about when he talks about your game is your abilities in front of the net. What's your focus on a play like that as far as just trying to make yourself available for a potential rebound?
Yeah, I mean, I think first off is just trying to take his eyes away and, give Geeks a chance there if he gets one through to score himself. But then, after that, it's just about trying to find the puck. And honestly, you're not really trying to play safe. You're just trying to get it back towards the net. Lucky to go in.
You've been playing the last couple of games on a line with Trent Frederick and Oliver Wahlstrom. What do you think of the combination, and how are you guys going to be able to gel together?
Yeah, I think me and Freddie got a lot of similarities with how we like to play and, trying to get pucks back down low and stuff like that. And then Wally's obviously got a really good shot. So if we're able to find him for opportunities to shoot the puck and, us to get to the net and try to get some greasy ones. But, we're trying to figure out the kinks right now. We're trying to work through it, but we just got to keep going with that.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks to Justin Brazo for joining us. TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from Pro Shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. 1-0 Bruins lead. Shots on goal in that first period were 6-3 in favor of Boston. Each team with a power play chance. Bruins scored on theirs. Caps held off the scoreboard on theirs.
Yeah, no real heavy lifting, I don't think, for Jeremy Swayman in that first period. He was squared up. He made the saves he should make, but there's nothing really overly threatening to see if the Bruins can build on that period. The power play goal is the difference right now. Each team with the power play. And 5-on-5 was, and we kind of break it down, it was pretty quiet in that first, and that's a good thing for the Bruins, I think.
Pavel Zacha will gain the attack zone here for the Bruins, going down from right to left. They are on offense here in the second period. Puck gets sent out of the zone and swung back and forth across the ice, and a shot attempt forced up and out of play here. Faceoff will stay inside the Bruins zones. Just underway in this second period. 5-0, and that's their 13th loss in the last 17 games. As Lohrei stumbles coming into the near circle, still got a shot off from his knees, and then went crashing hard into the boards. Down the other end, meanwhile, Protas puts one wide of Swayman. Ricochets all the way back through neutral ice. All right, headed back to the bench after trying to make a play coming through center. Capitals with the puck deep in their own zone. Kastelik in on the forecheck. Now Marchand will chase Sandin back around to that far side. Marchand still putting pressure on. McMichael floats it into the middle here for Dubois and dumped into the right wing corner for the Caps. Zadorov will play it off to Karam and send it around the boards for McAvoy. Marchand gets the headman pass on to the far side now for Coyle down the right wing circle, forced wide of the net by Chychrun. In toward McAvoy, who gets it back in deep. Lindholm popped it off the wall for Marchand. Centering pass, Coyle, point blank. Stop made by Lindgren.
We had three guys chasing Marchand into that corner over there.
Marchand's got it now on the far side. Hash marks against Van Riemsdyk. Backhands it deep. Chychrun able to hold off Lindholm behind the net. Lifted up toward the blue line and out. As Radish gave to Duhaime, and deep it comes into the Boston zone. McAvoy ridden into that far corner by Duhaime along the far boards. Lindholm trying to pop that puck free, as is Geekie. Geekie's got it tied up now, and it does come to Lindholm. He will send a pass across ice, overshot Coyle. Bruins trying to get some changes on here as the Capitals come forward. Strome hands it off to Wilson from the right circle, trying to send one across. It hit Zacha and kicked in on goal and covered up by Swayman with 2:15 gone.
Swayman just has to make sure he holds that short side post. Pretty good opportunity from Lohrei. Kind of blew a tire, but he ends up.
Period. When the ice is clean, you're really keeping your speed up there. When you're even sliding on your knees, as the puck comes back toward the Boston blue line, Osterley took a tumble along the near boards. A little slow in getting up, gathering his stick.
Tell if he had help with that tumble or not.
Yeah, Pasternak and Wilson come together. Coming up on 3 minutes gone here in this second period. Puck floated into the Boston zone. Osterley goes to play it. Now Carlo looks like they're going to take a penalty as Wilson went down. Crowd not particularly pleased. But Washington will go to their second power play of the game.
Boston number 25 has 2 minutes for interference.
Osterley was going back for this puck, and Carlo They're going to call him for interference, but
Tom Wilson's a big, tough guy. Went down pretty easy.
He sure did. Little love tap to the knee, and Wilson's flat on his stomach.
So gets Washington a power play here early in the second.
More importantly, David Pastrnak a little shaken up right now. Went off the ice slowly. He hit a little collision in the middle of the ice in the neutral zone.
That was he and Wilson near the red line, right? As Zadorov plays it around behind the Bruins net to McAvoy and gets it out of the zone. Chychrun gives to Strome under pressure from Beecher. Forced backward in the Capitals' end. Now Strome will skate it forward. Swings a pass right side. Here's Wilson down the right wing circle. Try to leave it for Strome. McAvoy rolled him off of the puck, and it'll be cleared out by Zadorov. 30 seconds gone by on the Carlo penalty. Chychrun brings it out to his own blue line. Passes ahead for Wilson. He gives to Carlson. Comes in across the line near side. Around the boards it goes to the far side. Lohrei against Strome in the corner. Coyle helping as well. Puck tapped up into the air. Comes down. And Coyle able to fight through some traffic and get it out of the zone. Crowd looking for a penalty as Coyle ended up on the ice. Instead, the Caps come right back in. Lohrei takes one away in the slot and clears.
He got help, though. That was Coyle who poked the puck off the stick, and then it's Lohrei who picks it up and sends it down. Good effort by Coyle, both ends of the puck. Both sides of it, I should say.
Caps out of their own zone with Chychrun finding Dubois coming through neutral ice. He cuts toward his left, just inside the Boston blue line. Vrana will float it across ice. Chychrun's got it at the left point, walks it toward the center of the blue line. They try a little tic-tac-toe passing from Mangiapane, but it doesn't connect. Now back into the Capitals' end it goes with 30 seconds to go on their man advantage. Chychrun dropping one back. Dubois skates it to the Boston line. Mangiapane goes rink wide here for Vrana. Top of the right circle. Down into the right corner for Radish. And around to the far side it goes for Dubois. Now Sandin along the blue line. Moves it into the middle. Fired to Vrana. Scores. Vrana one-times it up over the shoulder of Swayman, and it's 1-1 on a power play goal for Vrana.
Yeah, he can shoot it. He can score. I mean, he is a scorer. He doesn't get a ton of ice time like we were talking about in the first period, but he knows where to put it when he's got time and space. And this is that second unit out there again, effective here for the Capitals. Dubois back to the point, Sandin over into that right wing circle, and Vrana just above the dot in the right wing circle is just going to wire this puck up and over top of the blocker side. It looked like it got off the shoulder of Jeremy Swayman and then just under the bar. 3 goals and a helper here in the last 4 games for Vrana.
7 on the year. 2 of them have come on the power play. So a 1-1 game, just about 5 minutes into this second period. As off the face-off, McAvoy will send it in deep. Just the 4th shot on goal for Washington in this game. McAvoy from the red line will dump one in. Around the boards it comes toward the near side. Roy sent it toward the back of the net. Wallstrom. Now Kastelik in the far corner. Trying to backhand one in the direction of Brazo, taken away. Protas and Roy go back and forth with it coming through neutral ice and dumped in behind Swayman. Jeremy will give it along for Zadorov. Pass across ice is picked off. Stepping into the shot, Mangiapane, but puts it up off the back glass. Roy at the blue line. Ferraveri. Back into the middle. Dowd. Sent it off the right side. And angled wide of the net. Center blue line. Ferraveri takes the shot. And that one right into the lap of Swayman. Hangs on to it.
Dorov trying to make that hard pass cross ice. That's one where I think if he goes behind the man, then, you know, you catch them trying to pinch. If he goes behind him, now you're hitting the right winger there in speed going up that right side. Tried to go tape to tape, and that was picked off. It was read pretty well. He's kind of shaking his head on the bench right now. He knows it.
When you say go behind, you're talking about make that pass and kind of bank it ahead, right? Yep. Instead of trying to go direct tape to tape.
Yeah, because it's not there tape to tape. I mean, you go behind him, now you got that guy stepping in. It was still been a 2-on-2. Right. Washington was back in good shape there, but
Wilson will chip one down the left wing boards here. Osterley spun it around the near side. Marchand had it taken away briefly by Mangiapane, but Bruins will clear it. It's past Charlie Coyle and goes in on goal down to the Capitals' end. Washington will move it right out. Wilson over to Sandin, far side, and backed up into his own zone. Carlson with a long pass, redirected deep here by Vrana. Around the near boards. Wilson poked it back toward the corner. Osterley knocked it out of the air. Elias Lindholm hands back off for Osterley, and his pass ahead misses Marchand. Won't make it far enough for an icing. As Trevor Van Riemsdyk goes back behind the Capitals' net. 13:20 to go here in the second. Tie game. Chychrun will work his way out toward the red line. Dumps it in. Hits the back of the net. Off the carom. Kept alive by Van Riemsdyk. Here's Vrana, top of the circle. Gives back to Van Riemsdyk. Center blue line. Chychrun fires a shot wide to the right. Tipped back out in front by Vrana and pulled away from the crease by Peak on the end boards. Peak gets a little help from Lohrei. Moved it toward the near side circle. Pasternak onto Zacha. Out of the zone it comes. Zacha finds Lohrei cutting through neutral ice. Off to the right side. Gives to Zacha at the right circle. Here's Zadorov coming on late. Fired up over the net.
Got traffic in front with Geekie there.
Puck is cleared past McAvoy and will go deep into Boston territory. Zadorov had to get back there in a hurry to get it. Miroshnichenko had it briefly there for the Caps, but Zadorov gets the clear. Brazo to Wahlstrom. Across the line they come. Frederick floating one in front, and Wahlstrom trying to backhand that one as he went through the top of the crease. Caps get it cleared, but turned over McAvoy. Looking up ice. Passes ahead for Brazo. Redirected that pass, but it goes up and over the glass in the Capital zone and out of play. 12:01 to go here in the second period. Washington has tied it at 1. Here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You're tuning in to Coca-Cola Holiday Radio. Gather around for some extra holiday cheer. Classic movies, festive tunes, and heartwarming moments to share with your family and friends, all in one place. And that's not all. Spread cheer with a $3 Amazon credit for you and yours. Now that's the spirit. Visit Amazon.com/Coca-Cola Holiday Magic to discover even more ways to share holiday magic with Coca-Cola. Terms apply. Copyright 2024, The Coca-Cola Company.
Not sure how much you know about Progressive Insurance. You may know us for insuring your home and auto. You may know a couple of our commercials. But what you may not know is that since 2013, Progressive has been honoring veterans with vehicle donations through the annual Keys to Progress Veteran Vehicle Giveaway Program, giving back to those who gave so much. Now, you probably didn't wake up today saying, I really wish I knew more about Progressive Insurance, but this seemed like the type of thing people wouldn't mind hearing about. Find out more about how we're dedicated to our customers and communities at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Deck your home with Blinds.com. DIY or let us install. Free design consultation. Plus free samples and free shipping.
Ho, ho, ho! Blinds.com invented a better way to buy custom high-quality window treatments with no showroom mock-ups or waiting around for quotes from pushy salespeople, saving you time and money for the holidays with upfront pricing right on our website.
Go right now to Blinds.com. Satisfaction guaranteed. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Deck your home this holiday season with Blinds.com. Save up to 40% on select styles, plus a free professional measure. Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Justin Brazo's first period goal, assisted by Morgan Geekie and Mason Lohrei on the power play, is our delivery of the game, delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order. 12:01 to go here in the second, and it's a tie game, 1-1 here at TD Garden.
Yeah, talking about Vrana a little bit, you know, just looking through his ice times for the entire season. He rarely gets over 10 minutes of ice time a game, but he mans that second power play unit, and they tried to go. That was on a power play, and that's Brazo's goal. Haven't been many second chances.
Is there anything you're seeing defensively from the teams, or is it just guys aren't particularly crisp on both sides?
I think they're crisp. I think both teams are, Washington talked about having to play a better defensive game because they're not scoring a lot right now, and Bruins are happy with the way they're playing defensively so far for the most part, and it could be that both teams have one eye on tomorrow.
The danger of that last game before a break, right? So the puck comes whistling through the top
very
of the
winnable game
crease.
for both teams right now.
Wahlstrom sent it through neutral ice. Geekie was giving chase. Zacha will back it up here.
You're not being a little sarcastic. I mean, the effort's there for both teams, but
right.
the attention's been there defensively for both teams for sure.
Bruins get whistled for an icing here with 1:15 to go in the second.
And whether you believe it or not, Caps played last night. Teams play a lot of hockey. It's human nature. You get 3 days off and a lot of things to think about. And
think about your own job, right? If you go into a 9-to-5 job, you're thinking about that.
You're thinking about 5 o'clock.
Long weekend or 3 days off or whatever it might be. It's like
when you've got 3 days coming up. Exactly.
Puck knocked out of the
stick,
air was
not.
Should have been. Dubois knocked that one down over his shoulder height, it looked like, and Caps nearly turned it into a scoring chance. And Japani out of the left wing corner. Here's Carlson, top of the circle, throwing one toward the front, blocked by Osterley.
Another block by Osterley.
Off the far glass and out into neutral ice. Settled there by Zacha. He swings it off to the right side for Geekie. End of the shift. Geekie will send it softly into the Washington zone and head off. 40 seconds to go in the period. On Carlson behind his own net. Taking his time with it. Long pass up the left wing side, angled in towards Swayman. He'll hand it off for Zadorov. Outlet pass tipped ahead by Coyle. Ferravari will go back behind the Washington net, shadowed by Elias Lindholm. 16 to go in the period. Roy's pass redirected by Coyle coming through neutral ice, but Protas will get it in deep. Thrown back in front, and it ricocheted off Connor McMichael right in front of Swayman. Bruins come back with 4 to go in the period. Lindholm trying to get it toward Marchand as he was going down the slot. It's pushed off.
That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Prescriptions, co-pays, lab tests. Even with insurance, healthcare can cost thousands every year. But not for me, because I'm enrolled in VA Healthcare. My service was then. My benefits are now. Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog. Because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail. And you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
Ensuring your baby gets the nutrients they need to support their growth and development is a top priority for every parent. That's why millions around the globe have turned to A2 Platinum as the formula they trust. A2 Platinum Premium Infant Formula is nutritionally complete with whole milk as the first ingredient. Their A2 whole milk comes from specifically selected cows that naturally produce milk containing only the A2 protein and no A1. With 30-plus select nutrients, A2 Platinum is specifically designed with tiny tummies in mind and without worry of harmful chemicals. Quality and safety are the #1 priority for A2 Platinum. Plus, they are clean label Project Purity Awards certified. Join millions of parents and choose A2 Platinum for your little one. Right now, for a limited time only, A2 is offering podcast listeners 25% off their first purchase when you use promo code podcast25 at checkout on Amazon or at a2platinum.com. Again, for 25% off your first order, go to Amazon or a2platinum.com and use the promo code podcast25.
It's the Knix Best of 2024 sale going on now at Knix.com. Don't miss incredible deals on life-changing leak-proof underwear, unbelievable everyday bras, and more from the #1 leak-proof brand in North America. Save big, like 30% off bras, 40% off leak-proof, 50% off tops and bottoms, 60% off swim at Knix.com. That's KNIX.com. Millions of women have made the switch to Knix's revolutionary period underwear, and there's never been a better time for you to try them. During the best of 2024 sale, save up to 40% on super comfy, machine washable, and stylish leak-proof undies. Plus, shop other year-end clearance deals like 30% off bras, 50% off tops and bottoms, 60% off swim, and more. Stock up on your Knix favorites or try something new during the Knix Best of 2024 sale. But hurry, these deals are only good while supplies last. That's KNIX.com. Hurry, the sale ends soon and sizes will sell out. Go to Knix.com. That's KNIX.com.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Now Sandin along the blue line. Moves it into the middle. Fired to Vrana. Scores. Vrana one-times it up over the shoulder of Swayman, and it's 1-1 on a power play goal for Vrana. And that is our score after 2 periods of play here tonight at TD Garden. Bruins 1 and the Washington Capitals 1. Justin Brazeau with the Bruins power play goal in the first period, and Jacob Vrana with the power play goal for the Capitals. 4:50 into the second period to even things up.
There's a couple topics we can go to. First of all, David Pastrnak, right?
Yes.
I mean, we said collision with Tom Wilson. I'd hardly call it a collision.
We were just watching back the replay here a moment ago, and there's not a lot to it.
There's nothing to it. I mean, virtually nothing to it. It's just, and Pastrnak he saw Wilson kind of standing there, and he bumped him. This is nothing. But something tweaked, and he ended up down in the locker room, did not return. We're waiting word to see if he'll return for the third period. The Bruins had a power play after that occurred, and they moved some pieces around, and Wahlstrom ended up on that top unit over in the left wing circle, and actually created a pretty good scoring chance. Had a good shot off the left pad there of Lindgren, and the puck was loose in front. Nobody was able to come up with it, but there's some bizarre numbers in this game. All right. First of all, face-offs. Remember the other day against Calgary, the Bruins went 11-0 in the face-off circle in the first period?
Right. And it was the first time the NHL could remember that anybody had won every face-off in a period.
Through 2 periods, the Bruins are 23-5 in the face-off circle. First of all, only 28 face-offs through 2 periods. Sign me up for that. That's a faster game, right? And it keeps the pace kind of going a little bit. But it's not. The goaltenders aren't seeing a lot of pucks.
No, there's been 20 shots total in this game.
The shots are 13-7 through 2 periods. Through 2 periods, 13-7, favoring the Bruins. Here's the shot attempts in the game. The Capitals have 27 shot attempts through 2 periods. That's nothing.
No.
Right? The Bruins are less. They've got 25.
Wow. I mean, you see
that's shot attempts.
You see periods with those numbers.
Yeah, like, and you break it down. You look at 5-on-5, and then you look at 5-on-4, and how many shots, and it's unreal the low volume or low event things that are kind of going on in this game. So you give both teams credit for the way that they've defended, protected the middle of the ice. There haven't been a lot of grade A scoring chances at 5-on-5. Bruins get a rebound goal for their power play goal and their lone goal of the game. And Vrana, a one-timer from the right wing circle where he had some time and space to let that one-timer go. And it went off the shoulder. And Swayman was there, and he was in pretty good position, but it kind of glances off the shoulder and just in. Good shot by Vrana, who's got the hot hand. He's got 3 goals in each of his last 3 games. 4 points in his last 4. A guy who doesn't get a lot of ice time, but he's kind of a specialist right now in terms of how they trust him and how they utilize him. So it's been a strange game, Ryan. I don't know how to kind of describe it. We talked about it a little bit during the period. It's like, is it okay? Washington played last night. The Bruins have played a lot of hockey. They both have, actually. And you're kind of. I think you're an issue. If you work 9 to 5 and you got a 3-day weekend coming up, aren't you looking till 5 o'clock? Right.
Well, about lunchtime, you're ready to go.
It kind of has that feeling right now. Both teams have 3 days off, mandatory days off coming up, and the Christmas break and the holiday freeze here, and it's kind of looked that way where there just hasn't been there's not a ton of emotion on either team. There's been some physicality, but not a ton. it's been a well-played defensive game for both teams. If you're looking for the glass half full, that will go that direction.
Well, I mean, that's, the Bruins talk about the defensive details and all of that, and they've, managed to keep that
given up
buttoned
7
tonight.
shots.
Yeah, 7 shots through 2 periods.
They've had some blocks.
The downside of that is they don't have the lead. They've only given up 7 shots through 2 periods.
Yeah, I mean, and they've got the puck an awful lot, right? With the face-off wins that they've had. I mean, they've blocked. They've only blocked 8 shots. I mean, it's not like either team's generating a ton of scoring chances. It's not happening.
You said low event. That's what it has felt like. Through 40 minutes, it's been pretty low.
Who's going to win the low event game?
Right.
That's what it comes down to. You win a period, you win a game, and that's where they're sitting right now. That's the same situation they were in the other day against the Buffalo Sabres. It's win a period, win a game. And they scored 2 in the third period. They got the 1 goal, and it was with 1 second remaining on the power play last game against Buffalo. And then they got the empty netter. So they found a way to win even when you're not at your best. And I'm not saying they're not at their best here today. I'm just saying that I think both teams are really kind of clamping down, and there's not a lot of time and space. And I'll say if we're gonna give them a positive spin on it, that both teams are really happy about the way that they're defending today.
It's a 1-1 game at the end of 2 periods here at TD Garden. Our music of the game tonight is brought to you by Live Nation. Summer favorites, Yacht Rock Review, return to Leader Bank Pavilion for 2 shows. Catch them Friday, August 8th and Saturday, August 9th. Get your tickets now at livenation.com. We'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines when we return as our second intermission continues on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes 1 router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Hey, I'm Brett Podolsky, co-founder of The Farmer's Dog. We make fresh food for dogs. We started the company when we saw what a huge difference it made in my own dog, Jada, when she stopped eating ultra-processed kibble and started eating fresh, whole food. The Farmer's Dog food isn't fancy. It's just real food delivered to your door in pre-portioned packs. It's better for them and easier for you.
Get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/trial50. That's thefarmersdog.com/trial50.
Not sure how much you know about Progressive Insurance. You may know us for insuring your home and auto. You may know a couple of our commercials. But what you may not know is that since 2013, Progressive has been honoring veterans with vehicle donations through the annual Keys to Progress Veteran Vehicle Giveaway Program, giving back to those who gave so much. Now, you probably didn't wake up today saying, I really wish I knew more about Progressive Insurance, but this seemed like the type of thing people wouldn't mind hearing about. Find out more about how we're dedicated to our customers and communities at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app. Sports Hub headlines.
The 2025 Pucks and Pups calendar presented by the Black Dog is on sale now at the Pro Shop, powered by 47. Add some smiles to each month of 2025 as your favorite Bruins players pose with their four-legged friends. Proceeds support the Boston Bruins Foundation, as well as MSPCA, Angel in Needs, in their efforts to promote animal welfare. Visit bostonproshop.com to purchase yours. Around the NHL, the Blues lead the Red Wings 3-0 late in the second period. Battle of Florida, Lightning lead the Panthers 3-0. Second period just underway. Late in the third, the Penguins 4, Flyers 2. In the second, Blue Jackets 3, Canadiens 2. End of 1 on Long Island. The Buffalo Sabres with the 2-0 lead on the road. Hurricanes and Predators, Blackhawks Wild scoreless in the first 2 games already in the books in the National Hockey League. Devils defeated the Rangers 5-0. And the Winnipeg Jets beat the Maple Leafs in Toronto 5-2. Over on our sister station, 105.7 WROR, the Celtics and the Magic are tied 71-71. Jason Tatum was a late scratch to Boston's lineup with a non-COVID illness. He will not play in tonight's game. Jaylen Brown has 24 points to lead the Seas. The Patriots fell to the Bills 24-21 yesterday in Buffalo. They will play their final two games at Gillette Stadium, including this Saturday at 1 p.m. against the Los Angeles Chargers. My name is Brendan Glasheen. Third period coming up next here with Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This holiday season, Pride Rock is calling. For over 25 years, The Lion King on Broadway has invited audiences on a breathtaking theatrical journey unlike any other. Now it's your turn to feel the love, celebrate the joy, and experience the majesty. Get tickets today at lionking.com.
Where'd you get those shoes? Easy. They're from DSW. Because DSW has the exact right shoes for whatever you're into right now. You know, like the sneakers that make office hours feel like happy hour. The boots that turn grocery aisles into runways. And all the styles that show off the many sides of you, from daydreamer to multitasker and everything in between. Because you do it all in really great shoes. Find a shoe for every you at your DSW store or DSW.com.
Not sure how much you know about Progressive Insurance. You may know us for insuring your home and auto. You may know a couple of our commercials. But what you may not know is that since 2013, Progressive has been honoring veterans with vehicle donations through the annual Keys to Progress Veteran Vehicle Giveaway Program, giving back to those who gave so much. Now, you probably didn't wake up today saying, I really wish I knew more about Progressive Insurance, but this seemed like the type of thing people wouldn't mind hearing about. Find out more about how we're dedicated to our customers and communities at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Prescriptions, copays, lab tests. Even with insurance, healthcare can cost thousands every year. But not for me, because I'm enrolled in VA Healthcare. My service was then. My benefits are now. Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Happy Monday.
For real?
Yeah, my Mondays feel a lot better since I found an amazing therapist.
Ugh, jealous. I really need to find a good therapist, but I don't know where to start.
Find and book the right therapist for you on ZocDoc. Look, the patient reviews say that Dr. Taylor is super compassionate, she's in network, and available tomorrow.
What would I do without you?
Probably look for a new job.
You've got more options than you know. Download the free ZocDoc app to book today.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub. This is a black and gold flashback.
Marchand to the right wing circle, cuts into the slot, a wrist shot, and he scores! It broke off Theodore and in the net. A short-handed goal for Brad Marchand to give the Bruins a 1-0 lead. Car in the left circle, rink wide of Marchand, shot, score! And deflected in off the Panther as well. Jagan will feed Marchand, a hat-trick bid, and he scores! Brad Marchand in the left wing circle, and here come the Habs and the Garden. A hat trick and a 5-point night for Brad Marchand.
Tonight's black and gold flashback taking us back to this date in 2011. Brad Marchand, 3 goals, 2 assists. Tuukka Rask made 30 saves as the Bruins whitewashed the Florida Panthers by the final score of 8-0. This date in 2011. We're tied at 1 as we go to the third period here tonight at TD Garden. Justin Brazeau's goal on the power play inside of the final minute of that first period, assisted by Morgan Geekie and Mason Lohrei. Made it 1-0 Bruins at 19:12, and then a power play goal from the Capitals' Jacob Vrana from Rasmus Sandin and Pierre-Luc Dubois. Vrana's 7th of the year, coming at 4:50 of the second period to even things up at a goal apiece. Shots through 2 periods are 13-7 in favor of the Bruins. It was 6-3 Boston in the first period, 7-4 Boston in the second period. The league will shut down after tonight for the next 3 days. Our next broadcast Friday night in Columbus. Bruins and the Blue Jackets will play a home-and-home Friday and Saturday night. Both of our pregame shows at 6:30. Face-offs at 7 o'clock between the Bruins and the Jackets. As we get the third period underway, Pavel Zacha wins the opening face-off. Bruins will attack down on the end to our right. Wahlstrom goes into the near corner and gets a hit on Ferravari, who stays down. We've got a penalty coming up and a lot of attention toward Wahlstrom from, in particular, Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Same spot that Ferravari had his hit earlier in the game on Beecher. And did Wahlstrom take him in, or did Ferravari lose his balance as he was going in? And then Dubois grabbed him.
Trainer coming out to look at Ferravari, who's still on his knees in the near corner. Just 10 seconds into the period, Wahlstrom being shepherded to the penalty box. So he's out there in place of David Pastrnak. To start this period, Pastrnak left with about 12 minutes to go in the second period after what looked like a fairly mild collision.
Yeah, I mean, Ferravari's going back for the puck. Wahlstrom's kind of pushing him. And he's a few feet away from the boards. I think he's going to be, well, being helped to the bench. He's up on his feet. I mean, I'll say it again. It wasn't malicious, just like I didn't think Ferravari's was earlier in the game on Beecher, but he's a little shaken up, and he's got a little cut on his nose, and looked like he went into the board's shoulder first. I think it's going to be 2 minutes to be. I don't think it's anything more than that.
There's a major penalty on the play. It will now be reviewed.
Review it to make sure.
So call it a 5 and then take a look at it.
It's more of a push than anything. It's a little reckless, though. It's, you know, when I see it from a different angle, like, you can't do that.
Pushes him in the back.
He pushes him in the numbers.
Bent over and awkwardly into the boards.
And
from
Ferravari
there.
goes, you can't, you just can't do that. It's right on the numbers. It's outside the goal line when he makes contact, but they're going back towards the boards. So that momentum's going to take them into the boards. They might uphold this. Now that I see it from a different angle, at real speed.
Referees Francois Saint Laurent and Riley Brace are on the headsets right now, looking at the tablet. Our wall. Gave it toward the high slot. Now onto the left side for Dubois. Back up top. Sandin faked the shot. Gave to Dubois along the near side circle, and a centering pass tipped by Swayman off the stick and out of play.
Between the Pipes is sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you're in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, Boston's premier piping and mechanical product supplier. CDS is your local leader. Between the Pipes for the...
For McMichael. Off to that far circle. Strome along the goal line. Centering pass deflected before it got to Carlson. Chikrin dumps it back in. Will pass the door out behind the net. McMichael's got it on the far side. Centering pass. Hit a couple of bodies and kicks on in behind the net. Sent back toward Chikrin again at the blue line. 3:18 to go on the Washington major power play. Carlo able to twist it away from Carlson. McMichael behind the net, though, has it back for the Caps. Strome to McMichael. McMichael brings it back toward the blue line. Gives back to Strome, right circle. Back to McMichael. Hit him in the skate. Kicked in front. Wilson nearly had a crack at it, but instead the Bruins get the clear.
Everything on the outside. Couple attempts at passes through the seam. The Bruins good stick position, knocking those away.
2:50 left on the major penalty. As the Capitals try to get out of their zone, Marchand able to force Radish to pivot back. Now Sandin will skate it ahead to his own blue line, drops it back. Dubois coming through neutral ice with some speed. Goes to the right side through Radish, along the far corner. McAvoy gets to it. Can't get it out. Sent toward the near side, Mangiapane. Marchand blocked that shot. Pete knocked away one in front. And Marchand will send one down into the Washington zone with 2:18 to go on the power play. Sandin coming out from behind the Capital net. And they drop it back. It's Dubois working his way ahead. Mangiapane will play it around behind all the way to the far corner. Reverse back toward the near side. Mangiapane waits for it. Dubois Back toward the blue line. Mangiapane trying to tap it in the direction of Sandin. Missed him, and now the Bruins 3-on-1, 3-on-2. Centering pass, and Beecher couldn't pull the trigger.
Now you got to get back.
Dubois hustling up ice. Zadorov gets back to win the puck back. And he starts out of the Bruins zone. Sending one ahead to Frederick. Frederick gains the attacking blue line. And he had Zacha coming on from the bench. Maybe didn't realize it. Played it around behind the net instead.
Good effort there by Zadorov. He jumps up. He's the third guy in the play. They could have used him. They attempted to make that pass across. Good save made by Lindgren. And then Zadorov gets all the way back on Dubois to break it up.
Minute 15 to go on this major power play for Washington. Chikrin gave it to Carlson from the center of the blue line. Over to Strome right side. Takes a shot. Blocked in front. Scramble for it as both McAvoy and Wilson go down. McMichael out of the far corner. Got it back to Strome. McMichael again along the right circle. He brings back to the blue line. Hands to Strome. Strome to the faceoff dot. Shot forced wide by McAvoy. 48 to go on the power play. Carlson over to Strome at that right circle again. Strome takes a look at his options. Gives off for Chikrin. Brings back toward the blue line. Now over to Strome on the left side. Carlson sent one through the slot untouched. Zacha clears all the way down ice. 30 to go on the man advantage for Washington. Carlson's pass deflected by Coyle, goes out of play. 21 seconds left on the major penalty to Wahlstrom.
I mean, nothing, right?
Dubois will start up ice. Left side, Mangiapane got it in across the line. Dubois into the corner against Osterley. Sends it back up for Verana, and a one-timer up off the glass. Power play ends. Brazo out. Crowd roars. Still tied at 1 over 5 minutes into this third period. Sandin pivoting off to the far side. Here's Roy stepping into a shot from the right circle. Save made by Swayman. Marchand takes the rebound up ice and carries into the Washington zone. Pivots along the near boards. Trying to keep away from Roy out near the blue line. Marchand poking it down along the boards to get it around Dubois. Brazo got tied up with a couple of Capitals. Crowd hoping for a penalty, won't get it. Along the near side corner, it comes back to Peak for the shot from the top of the circle, and the save made by Lindgren as he covers it up.
Good effort here. Marchand, he definitely got held up a little bit.
Penalties away from the play here.
Yeah, it's behind the play. It's Lindholm and Dubois.
So both guys headed to the box. 12:44 to go here in the third. We'll sort that out when we come back. Tied at 1 here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Prescriptions, copays, lab tests. Even with insurance, healthcare can cost thousands every year. But not for me, because I'm enrolled in VA Healthcare. My service was then. My benefits are now. Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended for Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
Hey, I'm Brett Podolsky, co-founder of The Farmer's Dog. We make fresh food for dogs. We started the company when we saw what a huge difference it made in my own dog, Jada, when she stopped eating ultra-processed kibble and started eating fresh, whole food. The Farmer's Dog food isn't fancy. It's just real food delivered to your door in pre-portioned packs. It's better for them and easier for you.
Get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/trial50. That's thefarmersdog.com/trial50.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
WBC Boston. This is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 95 Sports Hub, Beasley Media Group station.
12:44 to go in regulation. Bruins won, Washington won. Alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston here at TD Garden. We're going to see a little 4-on-4 hockey as Elias Lindholm and Pierre-Luc Dubois sent off for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, it came off the face-off, defensive zone face-off. Lindholm wins another one. And then the two of them coming up the ice, just kind of getting each other's faces, and it looked like Lindholm tried to gain some separation, get up there, and they were just battling. Back referee keeping an eye on it, decided to call both of them.
Lindholm now 8 out of 9 at the face-off dot tonight. Bruins have won 75% overall in this game. And Dean sending out of the Capital zone, gets it right back. He'll bring it across the Bruins line in front, tipped toward the net by Dowd and covered up by Jeremy Swayman.
Yeah, Dowd, one hand on his stick, was just able to redirect that puck. Wasn't able to get a shot away, just to redirect on the pass out in front. He was well defended, and Swayman holding on to the short side post.
So we heard from one of the Bruins during our first intermission. I'm going to ask you the question. I answered it as well during that first intermission. What was your favorite Christmas present growing up?
Oh, hockey jersey, by far.
Whose jersey?
Well, I was born in Pittsburgh, so I was really young, so it was a Pittsburgh Penguins jersey. When they were the old blue and white.
Oh, those were good.
Yeah.
Those were nice jerseys.
I was very young when I moved, but still had the picture. Got a goalie mask that same year.
Here's Marchand sending one in front.
Not the mask you see now.
No, McAvoy poked one toward the net.
The ones you see in horror movies.
Right.
The flat white mask.
Well, that's the one. That's one that I had too. It's because I got a set of goals to the Oilers.
6 of them, 4 goaltenders, and the most recent guy to do it, Reggie Leach was one of them, but the most recent guy was
last year.
Connor McDavid last season.
There's McAvoy off the face-off. We got a minute 14 to go in the 4-on-4 here. McAvoy hands off to Zadorov on the far side of the blue line. He'll send it deep, but Sandin right there. Chases it toward the near wall. Hands off for Carlson. Carlson slowly out across his own blue line. Drop one back here, and it's Chychrun. 50 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Chychrun firing a pass through neutral ice. Knocked away by Frederick, who goes and gets it himself. Lohrei comes out from behind the Bruins net with a puck on his stick. Pass off to the left side for Peak. Held up coming through neutral ice by Roy. Frederick and Lohrei back in the Boston zone trade the puck. Lohrei will start skating it forward to the red line now across the Washington blue. On the near side boards. Still battling for possession. It popped free onto the stick of McMichael. Protas will skate it up toward the Boston zone. Stops along the near boards. Harassed by Frederick. Gets away from him. Dealt over to the far side. Chychrun a drive. And that one off the backboard. Protas. Crossing pass for McMichael. Had to chase it down off the far boards. Team's about to get back to full strength. This Chychrun shot blocked by Frederick. Lindholm and Dubois come out of the boxes. They'll stay in the play here. And puck comes angling out of the Bruins zone. Dubois will chase back. Bruins will change and get a fresh unit out there. 10:25 to go in regulation. It's a 1-1 game. 25 total shots in this game now. 16-9 in favor of the Bruins. And Japani into the Bruins zone. Osterley holds him at bay. Drop one back for Van Riemsdyk. A shot. Kick saved by Swayman, and the rebound put just wide. Carlo to Osterley. Into neutral ice. Brazo got knocked down as he was waiting for that puck. Van Riemsdyk shoved him to the ice. Bruins have it back in their own zone. Geekie to Osterley. Gains the red line. Lifts it over the head of Strome and in deep. Lindgren comes out of the net to play it into the far corner. Van Riemsdyk lost it to Kepke. Kepke on the end boards against Fairbury. It'll go back around the boards. And Zadorov will send it back in deep. Geekie out of the right wing corner. Puck on his stick, turns around and fires. That one going wide. And Kepke was on the side of the net looking to redirect. He'll play it now in behind the net for Elias Lindholm. Lindholm able to win a battle back there. Comes out in front. Turnaround shot, though, blocked by Van Riemsdyk. Kepke's got it now near circle. His shot partially blocked, was sitting loose in the slot.
Penalty in front of the net.
Penalty.
Van Riemsdyk's not going to be happy about this one, but they're going to take him.
So with 9:15 to go in regulation in a tie game, the Bruins go to the power play. Coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
America, we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. By honoring your sacred vocation in technology, you impact your family, your friends, and your community. At Grand Canyon University, our technology-focused online degree programs can help grow your dynamic capabilities to advance our nation's innovation and competitiveness, serving as a force for good. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town, with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now, when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us.
After Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Capitals tied at 1 here in the third period, and the Bruins about to go on the power play for the third time as Trevor Van Riemsdyk is called for hooking Elias Lindholm.
So they got, they're going to put Geeky on that left elbow this time.
Pasternak's missed the second half of this game. They had Wallstrom there for the last chance, but he's been ejected from the game.
Van Riemsdyk got his stick in there on Lindholm, and Lindholm kind of clamped down and kind of chicken-winged it a little bit.
Here's McAvoy off the draw, takes the shot, hits the post. And the ricochet goes off the glass and out.
They've had 2 posts this period.
McAvoy resets things, gives off for Zacha, coming through neutral ice, pass on to Marchand down the right wing side, pulls up along the hash marks, whips it back toward Elias Lindholm. McAvoy moves it toward the far side. Geeky, a little bit of a misplay, but McAvoy keeps it alive. Now fired across for Marchand, a one-timer, and save made by Lindgren.
Good look by Lindholm, right? They used him in the middle that time. Geeky used him in the middle, and Lindholm's got some time and space to find Marchand.
McAvoy's pass missed Marchand, and Caps will clear it all the way down. Minute 15 to go on the man advantage. Swayman hands off behind the net to Zacha. Bruins moving left to right here in the third period. Marchand back to the right side for Zacha. Gains the attack zone. Sends it around the boards. Bouncing at the top of the dasher. And in the far corner, Caps get it and clear it courtesy of Roy. Swayman played it.
Well, yeah, he expected Lori to keep coming. Lori started off the bench like he was going to go to that right side, and Swayman was leading him with that pass, and Lori stopped.
Instead, the only guy in front of the net was Tom Wilson. Bruins have it. Here's Coyle through neutral ice. In across the line, left side for Frederick. Taken away from him by Dowd, and back down towards Swayman. It goes with 30 to go on the power play. Lori comes to get this one from behind Swayman. Brings it out toward the neutral ice. Osterley's pass on that left side finds Frederick. Sweeps it in behind the Washington net. Reversed back around that far side. And took a hop out of the corner and away from Lori and back down towards Swayman with 12 to go in the power play. Lori up toward the red line. Little head fake. Gains the attacking blue line and takes the shot, but it's gloved by Lindgren, and he hangs on to it with 3 to go on the power play. One more face-off in the attack zone.
Fans, hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you, and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Each team 1 power play goal so far tonight. 3 seconds left on this chance. Bruins will bring out the Kastelik line here. Lori sits back just north of the top of the face-off circle in a shooting position.
I was surprised Beecher wasn't taking this draw there.
Now he is. Yep. Kastelik got kicked out. Talked to Beecher this morning, asked, he's sticking around here for the holidays or going home? Said, I haven't decided yet. Going to be a game time decision, he said. He's got about a 6-hour ride home if he wants to go. Bruins will chase it back into their own zone here. Power play up. 7 minutes to go here in the third period. Beecher will redirect one in and around behind the Caps net. Koepke sent it back in behind. Kastelik in there. Tried to backhand one in front. Came up into the air. And it's taken by Radish, and he pushes it out. McAvoy skates back onto it in the Bruins zone. Peak to Kastelik. In the neutral ice. Kastelik trying to force it forward. Dubois' stick snapped in half. He's headed back over to the bench to get a fresh one. As McMichael brings the Capitals forward. His pass into the middle broken up. And Charlie Coyle in his own zone will play it back into neutral ice. Lindholm hands off to Marchand. Marchand down the left circle. Back across. Lindholm scores! Elias Lindholm backhands it around a fallen Lindgren. And it's 2-1 Bruins.
Yeah, just a flip here in the neutral zone by Coyle, and Marchand's going to end up with this puck over on the left wing side. Coyle makes a good defensive play, then he's going to flip this puck up, and he's going to catch the Capitals pinching at the blue line that time. That was Carlson, and then the pass from Marchand over to Lindholm on the right side, and then Lindholm, he doesn't take the shot right away. Lindgren he lost his crease, man. He came right across and looked like he lost his balance because he's half out of the net by the time Lindholm smartly doesn't shoot it. He just brings it right to the backhand. He's got an empty net to chip it home into. Looked like he lost his balance coming across, moving right to left.
So the Bruins have the lead with just over 6 minutes to go. Elias Lindholm's 6th goal of the year. He's got 3 goals and 5 points in his last 5 games.
He's won every faceoff except one today as well.
Yeah. Here's Zadorov. Sending one across ice to Geekie. Directed deep into the Bruins zone. Into the Bruins attack zone, I should say. Here's Brazo along the end board. Centering pass for Zacha was denied. And Wilson lifts one all the way down for an icing here against the Caps with 5:39 to play.
Yeah, good effort there, trying to get that pass in front. Chychrun not happy about icing call. I didn't think there was any doubt about that one, but
I'm not sure what the argument would even be.
Watching Lindgren come across, so he doesn't lose his balance, but he thinks he's really got to stretch. So he's playing shot from Marchand.
He's expecting that shot right away.
Right, and then Marchand gets the pass under the stick. May have been Sandin, not sure there, but gets it under his stick and over to Lindholm, and he's thinking, all right, Lindholm's going to shoot right away, so he's there, but there's a lot of holes there if he does.
Beecher forcing the puck down into the right wing corner here against Barabary. It'll go around the far boards. Brana has it on his stick. Long pass up ice, and Koepke in the neutral zone able to redirect that one into the Bruins bench for a stoppage. 5:20 to go in regulation. Bruins 2 and the Capitals 1. Here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Did you know over 1 million Americans are diagnosed with diabetes every year? If you or a loved one is living with diabetes, GoodRx is here to help you save with popular diabetes medications for less than $20.
And your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes 1 router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
2-1, Bruins have the lead. 5:20 to go here in the third. Brad Marchand, Charlie Coyle assisting on the Elias Lindholm goal at 13:41. With those feeds, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Face off at center ice to resume things here with 5:20 to go. Bruins trying to head into the 3-day holiday break on a happy note. And they get the face off and push it into the Capital zone. Ferraberry will spin it in behind his net. Dubois gets the outlet pass here for the Caps. Directed away from him by Geekie. Deep into Boston territory it comes. Along the near side of the net, Protas picked it up. He sends it around toward the far point. Van Riemsdyk over to Ferraberry. Near side. Threw it toward Dubois, who redirected it through the slot. Van Riemsdyk, Ferraberry again, and along the near side, Dubois trying to center, and that was blocked by Carlo in the near corner. Zacha and Carlo both there for the Bruins. Puck locked up with 4:42 to go. Dubois brings it free back toward the blue line. Backhands one toward the high slot. Knocked away there by Frederick, and Carlo gets the clear. Angled in just wide of Swayman. McAvoy will circle back behind his net to get it. Around the far boards, Coyle trying to chop it out of the zone. Gets knocked down by Mangiapane, but Bruins do get it out. Sandin's pass off of Strome and deep into Bruins territory. Zadorov in the corner. McAvoy played it back toward the blue line. Marchand taps it into neutral ice. Odd man rush here. Coyle coming down the right wing circle. Sends across. Marchand! He hit the post and then it scores! Charlie Coyle knocks home the rebound, and it's 3-1 Bruins.
Yeah, he had three bodies coming down the ice here for the Bruins. After a good defensive play, they get moving forward with this puck. And it's almost a 3-on-1, but you only have two options, or you only have one option, I should say, for Coyle, because Marchand and Lindholm are right next to each other. Marchand gets the initial shot on the pass from Coyle, goes off the far post, and then Coyle follows it up and chips it home past Lindgren and Roy. Goal and an assist here for Coyle in this third period.
Goals in back-to-back games for him. Gives him 9 on the year. And the Bruins with a 2-goal lead and under 4 minutes to go. Puck comes in deep to the Boston zone. Dowd gets back to Chikrin over to the far side. Carlson trying to get it to the net. Blocked off into the corner. Lohrei battling over there. Beecher comes to get the puck, and now Lohrai's got it back on his stick. Into the middle for Kastelik. Skating through neutral ice. Kastelik takes the shot. Glove stop, and Lindgren holds it with 3.5 minutes to play. Mason Lohrei gives Vrana a little bit of a shove after the whistle. So the Bruins now with 3 goals on 20 shots tonight. 10 out of 11 saves made by Jeremy Swayman at the other end. With 3.5 minutes to go. Capitals taking their time and
some chirping going on between the benches there.
Getting their line out there. So it'll be a face-off in the Washington zone here. Bruins trying to send the Capitals to what would be just their 9th regulation loss in 34 games this year. Elias Lindholm to take this face-off. 9 out of 10 at the dot tonight.
No, he won't take it now.
Kicked out. Charlie Coyle will get in there. Face-off controlled by the Capitals. Trying to send one all the way down ice. Simon got a stick on it into the far corner. Zadorov and Wilson were battling for possession. Now Lindholm will clear it out. Marchand coming through neutral ice. Sweeps it down the left wing wall. Goes in after it. Roy will reverse it toward Wilson far side. 3:07 to go. Roy finds it off of Karam near boards. McMichael helps it in past McAvoy. Zadorov and Wilson along the end boards again. Now McAvoy involved as the puck brought in behind the net toward the far side. Roy's shot is blocked. Brazo took the brunt of that one, and he's struggling a little bit as the puck goes around toward that far side again. Roy on to Sandin. His shot blocked in front by McAvoy, who drags it back in behind the net. Zacha and Strome collide. In toward that far corner. Zacha, good job to angle McMichael away from it. The Bruins get it cleared. Brazo gets back to the bench, continuing to try to shake off that blocked shot. Dubois in the far corner now for the Capitals with 2:15 to go. Goaltender heads to the bench. Extra attacker coming on as Chychrun threw one on goal. Bruins get it to the blue line, but not out. Along the near boards, Wilson takes a tumble against Geekie. Puck lifted into the air. Over Wilson's outstretched glove as he tried to knock it down. It'll come free to Zacha in the middle of the ice, and he shoots one out in a neutral ice. Glove down by Chychrun, or that one could have been ticketed to the empty net with 1:48 to go. Here's Carlo to clear, but that one's going to go for an icing as it goes well wide of the empty net.
Let's see if we get a timeout here by the Capitals. Capitals just got that shot on goal with about 2:12 to go. It's been a while for them since they had a shot, and they didn't have any on the power play. The five-minute major
to start the period.
They had one right at
41, and then at 15:59, Coyle from Marchand to make it 3-1 Bruins. Face off to the right of Swayman. Off the draw, Caps have it. Carlson over to the far side, fired back in front, blocked out of there. McAvoy blocks a shot attempt by Protas, and the Bruins clear it, but wide of the empty net, and that's going to be another icing as Marchand was bidding for an empty netter for the second game in a row.
He'd like to have that one back. You know, he's got a clear line of sight, even though he's inside his own blue line. That's not, for him, that's not that hard of a shot. That one just kind of sailed wide, but you got somebody in front of you, that's a little bit different, but it looked like he had a clear line down.
They were going to drop the puck, but Dubois and McAvoy a little early getting into the circle. Get a talking to from a linesman, and now they drop it. Capitals control. Carlson got it to Chychrun. Shot blocked by Marchand. He's got to break away to the empty net. Will skate it right across the goal line and scores. And we got to fight back at center ice here as Strome and Lindholm having to be pulled apart. And now McAvoy comes into the fray, and he gets wrestled away from it by McMichael. Officials trying to keep a lid on this as Strome is pulled away. No gloves actually hit the ice. Sticks down in a few different places.
I didn't know if that started, on the face-off circle with Dubois and McAvoy, and then somehow Strome got involved with it. But Marchand blocks the shot, and he's got the clear path down the ice. Yeah, Strome and Lindholm barking at each other. Strome's in the box. They're going to take Lindholm to the bench, or to the locker room, I should say.
So Marchand gets the empty net goal, and then right before all that, then his 15th of the year.
Lindholm cross-checked Strome down to the ice. They were going at it in the face-off circle, and then Strome gave him a whack. Strome didn't like it. They chased each other up the ice, talked, and they got into it. So they were the two original combatants. McAvoy came in late.
We saw earlier in the period.
They're going to take Strome off too, aren't they?
Boston number 28 has 2 minutes for roughing. Washington number 17 has 2 minutes for slashing and 2 minutes for cross-checking.
So Strome gets 4. Elias Lindholm gets 2. With 1:22 to go, Bruins lead at 4-1.
So Lindholm went to the locker room. I don't know why Strome's out here.
Oh, there he goes.
Okay.
Plucked him out of the penalty box and said, "You get to beat everyone to the hot
Lindholm's
water."
coming back in.
Yeah, now they're going to take him out.
Yeah, they got matching penalties, and then the extra 2 went to Strome.
Right.
So
neither guy is eligible to come back here in the last minute 22.
Unless Washington scores twice. Then they're going to overtime.
Oh,
they're
well,
back in the
they
game.
have to score 3 times. It's 4-1
3 times,
now.
excuse me, yeah. You know what I'm saying.
Yes. So, sorting all that out with 1:22 to go. Capitals will have to put somebody in the penalty box. The Bruins will have a power play here to potentially close out this one. Miroshchenko will serve the extra minor to Dylan Strome. It'll be a 5-on-4 manpower advantage for the Bruins. They send out Beecher, Kastelik, and Koepke, along with Peak and Lohrei. And off the face-off, puck comes kicking back toward Lohrei inside the Bruins zone. Lohrei passes it off toward the left side, and Beecher trying to feed it deep, picked off by Mangiapane. He'll backhand the head into the Bruins zone, but Lohrei comes back to get it. And we tick down to the final minute of this one. It was a 1-1 game going into the third. Bruins scoring 3 times in the last 6.5 minutes of this one. As it comes volleying back into neutral ice here, Peak will send it over to Lohrei, chased by Mangiapane back deep behind the Bruins net. Lohrei skating the puck out into neutral ice. From the center circle, dumps it into the right wing corner. Lindgren plays it away from the side of his net with 35 to go in the hockey game. Brought back out to neutral ice. Duhaime skating into the Bruins zone. And on a shot attempt in the near corner against Peak. Beecher and Kastelik both digging for that puck as well. Beecher's got it, gives to Koepke. He will drop it back a little further for Lohrei. 14 seconds left. Lohrei sets in behind the Bruins net. Capitals will back off, and this one will come to a close. A 3-goal third period for the Bruins, and they win it 4-1 over the Washington Capitals and head into the holiday break on a happy note. Justin Brazeau, Elias Lindholm, Charlie Coyle, and Brad Marchand all on the score sheet tonight. Bruins win it 4-1, and we'll be back with a recap next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
To the teachers, assistants, and support staff who see potential in every child, Grand Canyon University recognizes you. We created the National Center for Teacher Preparation at GCU, along with a generous scholarship, so you can become a licensed teacher with paid benefits. Over 100 GCU alumni have been recognized award recipients, including Superintendent, Administrator, and Teacher of the Year. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/parapro.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Ugh, time to tackle my to-do list.
You mean all those doctor's appointments you've been putting off?
Exactly. I think this says eye exam?
Just book one on ZocDoc. You can search all kinds of doctors by availability, specialty, location, and read reviews from real patients.
Okay, what about a primary care doc and a dermatologist?
Again, ZocDoc. Gastroenterologist next?
Nope. Brunch.
You've got more options than you know. Download the free ZocDoc app to book today.
Hey, I'm Brett Podolsky, co-founder of The Farmer's Dog. We make fresh food for dogs. We started the company when we saw what a huge difference it made in my own dog, Jada, when she stopped eating ultra-processed kibble and started eating fresh, whole food. The Farmer's Dog food isn't fancy. It's just real food, delivered to your door in pre-portioned packs. It's better for them and easier for you.
Get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/trial50. That's thefarmersdog.com/trial50.
Holiday magic is in the air, and DSW's got all the shoes to make your season extra merry. Believe, you've got parties to attend and lists to check twice, so DSW is taking care of the details, like gifts to make their eyes all aglow, styles that bring joy to your world. Brands everyone wants, like UGG, Nike, Birkenstock, and more. And deals to make your budget bright. Find the perfect shoes for you and yours at a DSW store near you or dsw.com.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
Bruins victorious over the Washington Capitals tonight, 4-1. We are joined downstairs by Bruins defenseman Andrew Peeke. You guys held the Capitals to 11 shots on goal tonight. How'd you do it?
Yeah, we put an emphasis on protecting the middle ice and the D zone. They forecheck hard. They battle hard, and when they get pucks, they toss them right to the net or the slot. So we made it a point to protect that tonight.
Andrew, conversation maybe after the second period. Not a lot going on 5-on-5. It's a 1-1 game, both on power play goals as you guys go in for the second intermission. What was talked about coming out for the third?
Yeah, we just got to stay patient. Don't force anything. Stick to the game plan. There wasn't really much going on between either teams the first two periods, and we knew if we stuck with it, our legs and lungs, they played last night, so we thought we would prevail.
You guys, the second half of that road trip, and now back-to-back wins here at home. You've got points in 5 straight games going into the break. You got to be feeling great about where this team's at right now.
Yeah, we're playing well. We got to stay consistent. Obviously, enjoy the holidays and enjoy being with family or whatever everyone's doing. But yeah, playing well, and we just got to stay with it and come back after break ready to keep going.
Appreciate the time. Congratulations on the win. Have a great holiday break, and we'll talk to you again down the road.
Yep, thanks, guys.
All right, thanks again to Andrew Peeke for joining us in the wake of a 4-1 win for the Bruins here. He said it, and we kind of talked about it after 2 periods. He said there just wasn't a whole lot going on for both teams for the first 2 periods.
He wasn't kidding.
And then you start the third period, and Wahlstrom, 10 seconds in, gets 5 in a game, and you wind up shorthanded for the first essentially 5 minutes of the period, and the Bruins killed that off without giving up a single shot.
Yeah, the only 2 goals to that point, one for each team, were both on the power play, so there's really not a whole lot going on 5-on-5. I mean, Washington finished with 11 shots on goals. First period, 3, and then they had 4 in the second, 4 in the third. Just not a lot going on there. Excellent penalty kill by the Bruins, so that's a major turning point. First of all, you lose Pasternak in the second period to injury. He doesn't return for the game. And then Wahlstrom, the guy that's taken his place on not only that line, but on that top power play unit, he gets the 5-minute major for the hit on Farivari down below the goal line. So they have to kill that off. They do, and the patience that Andrew Peeke referred to, they stuck with it. They stuck with their defensive game. They didn't cheat. And how did they eventually break through? It was an odd man rush, and that's something that the Capitals gave up, and they really hadn't given up anything close to an odd man rush all game that I can remember.
Right.
Maybe one earlier, or maybe in the third period there was a shorthanded.
Yeah.
The pass to Beechers, he was going to the net. But really, 5-on-5, they didn't give up much in the odd man rush department, and all of a sudden they did. And it's the same line that got all 3 goals in the third period, right? Lindholm with the goal on the nice pass from Marchand after Coyle would flip the puck out of the zone. You had Coyle after Marchand hit the post. That was another odd man rush. That was a 3-on-1.
3-on-1, yeah.
Right. So they gave up 2. So they're the ones that came out of their structure more so than the Bruins did. And when Peeke talks about patience, it means don't cheat. Don't get up the ice, and make sure you keep everything in front of you. We're not giving up. They gave up 1 odd man rush earlier in the game, but that was it for the Bruins. And it was really a pretty sound defensive game by them. And you can say that maybe both teams were kind of trying to figure it out as the game went on, 5-on-5, but both teams didn't want to give much. And then eventually the Capitals gave, and the Bruins took advantage as soon as the door opened.
Well, what do we hear from Joe Sacco about the way that this team is built, right, is that you got to focus on the defensive end first, and the offense will come from that. If you do the job at one end, it tends to help at the other end. And, tonight they certainly did the job at the defensive end.
Preach that from day one. Yeah. You got to take care of that side of the puck and that side of the ice. And that's something that, the Bruins they weren't doing a lot of it early in the season. They were giving up odd man rushes left and right. They were turning pucks over left and right. They've really cut down on those, I don't know if there was a grade A scoring chance for the Capitals today. I really don't. I don't. If there was, they scored on one, obviously the power play. But 5-on-5, was there a grade A scoring chance? Was there a high danger chance from, that slot area and that Swayman had to make a great save on? No.
Yeah, even in the third period when, in a tie game, they ended up with 4 shots on goal, and they were, for the most part, Swayman was seeing them and, didn't have to worry about a whole lot of traffic in front or anything like that.
Originally, they had listed 13 shots, and then they've taken a couple back off the board now, so it's 11. So, shots that look like they're maybe getting through or being blocked, they weren't getting through, and some of that was the power play time. They had no shots during that 5-minute major.
Yeah.
None. Zero. I want to give the Bruins a lot of credit for the way that they killed penalties. I also don't think Washington was at their sharpest. I don't think for a team that's won as many games as they have this year and only lost, 8 in regulation coming into this one, they certainly weren't on top of their game. And, the Bruins were good defensively. Both teams trying to figure it out, like I said, and eventually the Bruins break through after Washington gives. Washington opens the door for them, and they took it.
But on that penalty kill, you pointed out that, a lot of things around the perimeter, but every time they tried to get something through the middle, the Bruins had a stick in there. Were able to knock it away.
Yeah, their stick position was excellent. They forced things to the outside, and Washington got nothing from the middle. Nothing from there wasn't a rebound chance today. There was hardly any shots, so it was hard to get a rebound chance. But they didn't have much. They didn't have much on the ball offensively, and give the however you want to dole it out, right? Whether you give Washington, you criticize Washington for not having it today, or you give the Bruins a lot of credit for the way that they defended and made it hard on the Capitals.
Well, I mean, the Bruins are 4-0-1 in their last 5 games going into the break.
Yeah, that's the big picture, and that's solid. And they beat a team with a winning record. I mean, they beat Calgary the other day, I know, but you beat a team here and Vancouver, but you beat a team with a winning record, and you do it for the team that was points-wise was number 1 in the NHL coming into tonight.
Right, by percentage, they're best record in the league.
So, okay, they've been criticized for not being able to win the games against some of these teams that are above them in the standings and some of the elite teams in the NHL. They did today. So, at least for a few days, you can kind of get off of that soapbox and say, look, we did, and they did it in convincing fashion with the way that they played in the third period. And all the woes early in the season on home ice about the way that they have played in the third periods, that kind of goes away a little bit here recently when they've had a comeback win. You had a 1-1 game the other day in the game against Buffalo, and you scored 2 in the third period. You had a 1-1 game going into the third today, and they're able to come out on top. So they go to, 11-6-2 on home ice. Pretty good record for a team that hadn't went a long period of time where they couldn't score in the third on home ice. And that's gone now.
And Washington's been a terrific team. I mean, they've been a terrific team everywhere, but they were 12-4 on the road coming into this one. Yeah, they're a good road team.
They haven't lost many, right? They were a similar record on home ice, right? Because they only have 8 losses coming in. So, it's a good win. It's a good way to go into the break. Recharge. They got back-to-back games against Columbus coming up on next weekend. Columbus thumped them in here, and that was Jim Montgomery's last game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So you got a home and home with Columbus, who have fallen down to where you kind of expected them to be at the beginning of the year. They're in last place right now in that Metro division. So opportunity coming right out of the break, down to Columbus for a game and then right back here at the TD Garden.
But also, as we've talked about a number of times throughout the course of this season with Columbus, they're a team that can score. I mean, they have put up 6 goals on fairly regular basis throughout the course of this season. So
they just beat Montreal today 5-4. So they can put the puck in the net, no question.
Well, the Bruins win this one by the score of 4-1. Let's hear from Joe Sacco.
In the third period, the 5-minute kill in the third period. There was some adversity that we faced there. Certainly says a lot about the team tonight and their effort and their determination. It was a low-event game until the third period. There wasn't a lot going on. I don't think either team generated a lot of quality chances in the first 2 periods. Tight checking game. It was what we expected. Third period got a little more eventful, and credit to our guys the way they dug in there and. We knew it was going to be a tough third period, but we faced some adversity and we overcame it, so good on them.
Joe, when you look at the Marchand, Lindholm, Coyle line, what do you think has made them so effective?
Where is this? Sorry.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
Yeah, what do you think has made the Marchand, Lindholm, Coyle line so effective?
3 good players. They can all defend. They all have offensive capabilities. They're veterans. They're experienced players. And so it's a line that we can use against the other teams' top lines. They can check, they can score. There's a lot of balance there. You have 2 centermen on that line, and they just seem to be playing well together right now.
Joe, another goal for that second power play unit tonight. It's been a good month for them. What have you liked, and what has allowed them to be successful this month?
Simplicity. They're really not doing anything that's special. They're getting the puck up to the top. We have traffic out front. We have elbow shooters available. We get 2 on the inside. Most of the goals are probably rebound goals. Brad's in front of the net, finding some loose change. It's just a simple, efficient power play. They don't get a lot of time. So when they get out there, there's an urgency level that they have to have, and they have shown that. They're getting maybe 30 seconds if they're lucky, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more, but it's quick, they're efficient, they get the puck to the net, and they have people on the inside.
Joe, along the lines of Steve's question, just how about the timing of it, especially with the break coming up? These guys are probably looking forward to the next 3 days.
Yeah, I think we all are. I think that we've played a lot of games, if I'm not mistaken. We're second in the league, I think, right now in games, maybe behind New Jersey, 1 game. So we've played a lot of games. We had that tough travel schedule there before we got home, but there's a good feeling, obviously, right now in the room because of the way we're playing. But it's good to go into the break the way we did tonight, getting on the right side of that feeling.
Joe, when you took over, this team was in the middle of a 5-game losing streak. You're now going into the break, 5-game point streak. Just what do you have to say about the progress you guys have made as a team, as a coaching staff, as a unit in this month?
Well, it's trending in the right direction. I think that's the biggest thing. And there's been a commitment from our players. There's been a buy-in. And so, we have a process that we go through every game, and they're checking most of the